topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast. It's on. It's on. I'm letting them off today. Oh man, we got a show in tune for y'all. It's gonna be incredible. Woo! The guest we got today is gonna be off the hook. Oh man, it's gonna be. We taking it back, man. He's gonna take it back. It's gonna be incredible, man. Before that, I'm gonna let y'all build up a little bit. Before we come in, I see Ben Frank. Shout out to Ben Frank in the building. Shout out to Coverboy. Yo, dope. Shout out to Coverboy for making this happen. Oh man, but we was already connected. Vedic Vape Room, which room are you gonna get into? The elements are in the room. Address the elements in the room. Yo, this is gonna be good, man. This is gonna be good. Make sure my glasses are on right. AD, I'm on straight. Okay. Yo, Danny Salinas, I see you coming in. We started a little bit late today. You know, it's not even retrograde, but we started a little bit late, but we're in it. You know what I mean? I wanted to just tell everyone today is going to be a great day. And we're going to talk about a lot. We're going to get into a lot, man. Oh, just behind the scenes, I was excited, man. And me and this, this, I don't even know to call him the ambassador or book writer, author, you know, music inventor or seer. You know what I'm saying, is in the background, and this is going to be crazy today. So, yeah, I guess we build up enough. All right, so I'll do the intro. Here we go, Killah Priest. All right, here we go. Welcome to another episode of Killah Priest Podcraft. I am your host, Killah Priest. I ain't chic, and running the rocket is none other than AD Dizzle.
What's good? Welcome back. It's going to be a wild show.
To my side is none other than Solo Gems, Coach Solo Gems.
Peace. What's good, y'all? Rise and shine. You know.
Hey, we all locked in today. Today we got a great show for y'all. I told y'all, man, it's coming, man. It's coming. We got a great show. And shout out to Coverboy for hooking me up with this brother once again. We go all the way back, man. This goes all the way back for music. But without further here and do, I have to bring him on right now because he's in the back and we got a story to tell, ladies and gentlemen. From the Podcraft, coming in right away. Give it up. Make a warm welcome on the Podcraft for Mr. Author Steve Machat, man.
Hey.
What up, Steve?
Go ahead and unmute.
You gotta unmute yourself. What up? What's good, Steve?
Nothing. It sounds like they're shooting Al Capone.
This is my spirit.
The Al Capone of truth.
That's right. Wow. Al Capone of truth. I love it, man. I love it. How have you been?
I've been good. You know, I've been reflecting on our days doing Black August.
That's right.
You got a birthday coming up.
Yes.
August 16th.
That's right. Yes. Yes, I do.
Remember the sundial?
Huh?
Remember you covered the sundial?
Yes, indeed. Yes, covered the sundial. We went to the desert, this crazy part. Yes, for y'all don't know, this is deep. This is monumental right here because when I was doing Black August, this is the man behind it, man, who made it happen. It was Steve Machat, man. Steve Machat introduced me to Bobby Brown, man. I met a couple of people. And I was telling the story last time, and I was like, man, he was telling me that, you know, he was managing Bobby Brown. And when I got to meet him, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. It was right there. Man. It was a little high. He had a little fun, but it was good, man. So, and now Coverboy said, man, yo, Priest, you got to get with Steve Machat. I said, I know that name. Steve Machat? Come on, bro. We go back. Steve. The journey's been real, man. This is my son right here, Solomon.
Oh, yeah, peace. What's good?
Hey, Solomon, you got that magical name.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, David had to kill his wife to marry another woman because he knew that she would bring him Solomon. And I'll tell you the answer to the riddle. We were created by a species called the Nephilim, and they were from planet Nibiru. And they had a different bloodline than we humans have. And their bloodline allowed them to live longer. So the whole game of the bloodline, the whole game of the pharaohs, the whole game of everything is to have a mother whose blood is more Nephilim than earthling. So Davis wanted to have that demigod, it means half human, half Nephilim, king. And he had to get rid of his wife, and he married he killed his best friend so he can make love with the demigod that his best friend was married to. And there came Solomon.
Wow.
Anyway, there's a little spiritual stuff for you. You look good.
Thank you. Thank you. You look good too. That. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, whatever. And I thank you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Yo, you always, now you see that we was together working, and he was always coming, man. He was always talking about the stories and things like that. You got a couple of books out there, right?
I got 11 books.
11 books.
And my new book is doing well. All books should do well. I wrote a book called God's Gangsters in Honor. God's Gangsters in Honor is, I told the stories that changed my life, representing different artists, you know, be it Genesis, be it Bobby Brown, you know, my time with you and Stanley Media and RZA. And I give a life of, it's the same thing as making a sky god. You believe these people are better than you and you follow them. I mean, do you really care, you know, what Phil Collins sings? I mean, there's nothing spiritual inside those lyrics, you know, and I spent my life making this stuff. Like Bobby Brown never sang on the record that we won the best R&B vocal, Every Little Step. I couldn't find him when we put Ralph Tresvant in there.
Wow. Whoa.
But anyway, God's Gangsters in Honor, I tell you all these stories. And then when I wrote all these stories, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Because I love history, if you remember. I know history. I've been all over the world making music. I've been in over 100 countries. And when I get into the other countries, I start studying their history. I go to all the sites, and all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. Why did this person become a king? What crap is that, you know? Why do the people in that country believe this king was appointed by God? Well, the theory is they have demigod blood, and then the Nephilim call themselves gods, and their planet Nibiru is called heaven. And my new book, Unraveling the Bible, I spent 50 years writing that. I was writing it when you and I were walking around. You know, all I wanted was that information. You know, when you and I were running around the desert there, I was hanging out with the Indians, having them teach me their ceremonies and their chants. I put those albums too. I'm a lucky man. I've lived life. I didn't die. And now I'm here. And at the autumn of my life, I'm going to expose everything I've learned. I've worked with the Dalai Lama. I mean, the communist Pope we did an album with, and no record label would buy it because we had the word God in it. You know, I recorded his, I did it with other people. We recorded his poetry. We put world beat music underneath it, and we had different top celebrities rap it. But I've been very lucky. I've lived all over, and I'm here living right now with you. And here we are.
Wow.
Man.
2 boys from Brooklyn.
Wow.
He's from the Bronx.
Word, yeah.
No, I'm the other boy.
Oh, okay. All right. No doubt, man.
It was a short stay, but here I am.
Exactly, man. They don't even know what time it is. I was trying to figure out a good date to drop the Vedic Fate, my next album. We right there on the brink. What did you say? What would you say?
Oh, your birthday. What could be better than your return to Earth? You reincarnated on August 16th, and here you are. And 1 in 6 is a 7. There's nothing better than rolling a 7. Get it? August 16th.
August 16th for 7. Oh man, we have to do that. Stars of a line.
Yeah, all the way. And by the way, the powers from the beyond are telling me go with the August 16th.
Wow.
Honor your mother.
Wow. You was telling me something before the show started about Leo and what it was. You said Sphinx or something.
What it is in the film, when they got to Earth, they worship the stars and they worship the energies. And no one understands this, but because they don't want to, and it's way over their heads. But Earth is one of 9 planets. There's 9 other planets, including Nibiru, so it's one of 10 planets, with the planets having moons that circle the sun. They circle the sun clockwise. The sun circles the galaxy. The sun is our solar system. So our solar system, for the energy to work, goes clockwise. The sun, to make sure the whole thing works, goes counterclockwise. And what happens is, as the sun goes around into the other galaxies, as it goes around the galaxies, different energy comes in and they blow it in. It's no different than on an airplane. And when we get different energies. So what the film did is they divided the energy into 12 periods. And so Leo they put it in August. And when they built the pyramids, which was 13,000 years ago, if you go their progression, 13,000 years ago was the age of Leo. So the Sphinx had Leo. And they named Leo after the most ferocious animal that they found in Africa. So August, because it was so hot, got the name of Leo, the most ferocious animal here on planet Earth that they saw. It's a little story.
Wow, shout out, man. That was beautiful.
Man.
Well put. Man, we have to talk about that August, man. Yeah, exactly. It's about that time. Man, it's so much history that we got. I don't even know where to start, man. But one thing I did see, I was at the crib one night and I was watching a documentary and I used to follow Young Lean. Now, I don't know if you want to go into that. But, I told my other son about, I said, yo, Young Lean got a little bit of stuff. It's a little different coming from Europe, and he started a lot of that. I wouldn't say trap, but it was like sad boy kind of style. And I was kind of following it. And I'm looking at the doc. He had a documentary, and the guy from Texas put me up on him. What was his name? I forgot. But anyway, and I said, okay, I'll check him out because his name is Young Lean. They do a lot of lean. Texas. Right. So the sad boy movement started coming, and I was like, wow, this sad boy's a little dreamy and stuff. I'm looking, so I saw his documentary. I'm looking, and I seen Steve Machat in the documentary, man. Yes, man, yes. And I was blown away. I was like, he's still moving along. And it was a tragic story that was in it, man. And I knew your son, and I met him when he was very, very young. And man, that's a powerful documentary. If y'all want to see a documentary, Young Lean. I forgot the name of the doc, but tell us about that, man. That was kind of crazy when I saw the whole thing that was in it. It was very well shot.
Well, with my son.
Yeah.
He wanted a record label, and I said, okay. And I was living in England. I said, let's create a record label. So we created a label called Hippos and Tanks. And the first record we put out went to #1. It was called Everything, Everything. But the problem was they were singing Everything, Everything like they're Duran Duran. And Duran Duran is a pussy band. It attracted girls. And these guys wanted to sing like they were Genesis. And I said, no. You have a single that's #1. You've got about 8,000 people out there. You can't go out singing this other stuff. You got to get them up. You're going to get them up. And then whatever, the album, I rejected, but we had the single. So with my son goes, what do we do? I said, do whatever you want. Find any act you want. Whatever you want. You're the purveyor of this. Go do it. So Barron found Grimes. Barron found Dean Blunt. Barron found James Ferraro, and I'm going to give you a story. So anyway, we're in Poland together at a music festival,
Right.
and Baron tells me he can't go to Norway. I go, why can't you go to Norway? He said, Dad, I didn't pay for the food the last time I was there, and they started paging me at the airport. So we're in Poland, we're in Krakow at this music festival. So I figured I'll spend another day with my son here. We also had Arca, A-R-C-A, if you know him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You heard of Arca?
Baron had a really, really good ear.
Mm-hmm.
That Killah was a killer. And you knew Baron when he was 14 and 15, 16, when we knew each other. Anyway, so I'm looking at him. I said, go to Sweden. He says, why? I said, I don't know, Baron. The energy's telling me you should go to Sweden. Because that's where James's next show was. Baron wanted to come with me back to London and meet James Ferraro in London. I said, no, I'm hearing energy. Go to Sweden. He goes to Sweden. Then he hops on the airplane, meets me back in London, and he gives me a CD. Yeah, he gave me a CD, and he tells me, let's go watch these videos. And on the video was that video of Sandman and a Ginsig or whatever. And they were kids. They were in Sweden. I go, Baron, this is fantastic. And he looks at me, goes, you like it? I go, yeah. I said, did they give you the number? He goes, yeah. So we started talking to him. And then all of a sudden, they wanted to come to the United States to go on tour. So what I did is, fuck it. I'll get him to the United States. So I got him in. And, sometimes it's hard to get the visa when they're, doing shows. And luckily, no one understood what lean was. And, I didn't really either.
Right.
So yeah, they would, I did, but I'm like, why would you drink that shit? So anyway, it's like, I don't get it.
Right.
I'd rather, the best drug I have is air, And at the same time, I was trying
gunshot for that.
At the same time, I was trying to legalize pot down here in Florida, where I sit right now. And I ended up getting the medical marijuana on the ballot. They lost in 14, which was when I had young lean. In 14, 15. In 16, we got medical marijuana there. And that whole thing's ridiculous. I mean, they sell you alcohol, they sell you tobacco, and they're worried about pot. Are you kidding me?
Talk that talk. Yeah, exactly.
And the only sport that allows you to smoke pot is basketball. And I'm not advocating for listeners to smoke pot, but I'd rather put pot in my body than too much alcohol. And I'd rather have no tobacco, because I know many people that have died of lung cancer because they never thought they would live to see that day. Anyway, with Young Lean, I bring him into the United States. We put him on tour. So we go and do a tour. We're playing at the old Ritz in New York. And all of a sudden, the merchandise, they made me bring in a lot of merchandise. We sold $15,000 worth of shirts there. And that's not a lot of money, but that's a lot of money from a Swedish band of kids. It was at the Webster's there. And we put them on tour. They did a tour. Baron did the tour. And then what happened was, I'm like, okay. So I made another album with them. And we put that album out. And, Baron was touring with them.
Wow.
And then we did a United States tour, which I hope he had a blast. And the thing ends right before Christmas. And then after Christmas, I'm like, okay, what do we do? So what we do is we do a European tour. And then after the European tour, I bring him back to the United States to make another album, because I like putting product out before you become too big. And, we were booking him into Japan. We booked him in the southern shows in the United States, the big festivals. And what happened was we made that other album. And then Baron, I'm getting to what you asked me, but I had to give you the background. So Baron goes to Japan with them, and everyone tries to push these different psychedelics, these chemical psychedelics on the band. And, and I told my brother and my son, I called him my brother. I told my son, you stay away from that shit. Just don't touch chemicals, because the chemical will alter your DNA. It will definitely do it. I believe COVID came right out of we're eating chemical food, and it altered the air of Earth.
Wow.
And I wrote a book about it. It's called The History of Viruses and Their Effects on Mankind Then and Now. And every time we change Mother Earth's wombs with new chemicals, well, guess what? We make new fungi, we make new bacteria. A fungi, when it's in the air, is a virus. And viruses, they land on you and they try to figure out how to get in your body and what attracts them to you. Well, perfume will attract them to you. It's that simple. Also, polluted food. You know, when we had COVID here, it sort of flipped me out. You know, I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm a healthy lifestyle, maybe a rock and roller, but I don't eat that stuff.
That's right.
You know, and I mean, I may go out and have a junk night. Well, go get some Kentucky. You call it KFC now because they had to admit they weren't giving us chickens. But I'll eat that stuff, but not as a lifestyle. But anyway, it comes out of your organs. They give a smell. So we went to the NBA basketball game when they decided to let people back in, and they had dogs that were smelling us. They were smelling us to see if we had COVID. Well, if that dog could sniff it, so can a virus.
That's crazy.
So, you know, a virus will attack an organ. It'll go right to the weakest organ you have because it gives an odor. But they'll also go to your perfume. So you're looking at New York City and you're on the subway and everyone wears perfume because they don't want to smell their natural beauty. And all of a sudden in that subway where you're on top of each other, look what happened the first month. In London, I went to London after I was one of the first Americans allowed back in. Not that they allowed Stephen Machat. It's just I went there the day they opened the border.
Right.
I got COVID there about 2 weeks later, and thankfully I'm healthy.
Wow.
But anyway, so going back to my son, what happened is I left him alone in Miami. And I just didn't want him to do anything stupid. And they were like holiday camp in my apartment. And Miami, if you're a certain age, there's not a better place in America. There's nothing you can't do. And then if you're really bored, just go into the Everglades and go take boat rides and watch what goes on there. It's fantastic. There's no place like that anywhere in the world. And there's also a nightlife. Things stay open all night. And it's a great place to be young if you're young. So anyway, my son and the band was staying there and they just became wild animals. And Lean took some of that acid or whatever they gave him and started flipping out. And what he did was, they didn't call me or else I would have had it dealt with. They ignored me. And I was in New York. And what they did is Baron went running to find something because Lean was yelling and screaming. And Lean was yelling and screaming. They was going to jump off my balcony in South Beach.
Real talk.
And what ended up happening was the police came there and they put him away in the insane asylum over Mount Sinai. And my son never got home that night when he went to go help Lean. He drove into a pole where there was a drug dealing DJ in the car with him. And he gave Baron some Xanax. And they said, we'll wake ourselves up later. And Baron couldn't make the turn by the airport. And Baron died and the DJ lived. The car blew up and the seat fell into Baron's lap. And the the fire department couldn't get Baron out before the car blew up.
Wow.
And I lost my son. And that's your story of young Lean. And it was so hard for me to get over. But the one thing I did is because I study reincarnation. I study ascension. That's my book. We've got to get out of this place. I study metaphysics, energy. All the two of you are, me, all you listeners, all we are is energy. We're a consciousness, and a consciousness that came from somewhere else. And what we do is we travel space. We're free. There's no limitations. We could live any dream we want to have, but we're one team. And so what happens is, bingo, you get an idea. You do, not your consciousness. Your consciousness moves like seagulls or gulls, move as one. And you, when you get an idea, what happens is the idea is that God factor. And what you do is if you like your idea, it's like when you dream, you have thousands of dreams, but all of a sudden you like one dream. It's like, oh, I like that. Let me play it out. And that's the dream that you sleep through. When you and I are walking around, all of us, you look out at the street Your brain don't shut. It's not your brain, it's your consciousness. Your brain is nothing but the computer that runs your body. All the body parts talk to your brain. I need this. I need that. I need to go shit. I need to go pee. You know, I need to get a hard on. I need to get wet. Whatever it is, it is. And those are what all beasts do. But we humans have consciousness that can think, that can interpolate, that can write things down and share it with each other. You could dream. You can make your dreams come true. Like right now, here we are you're talking, I'm talking, I'm looking at you. You're in LA, I'm in Miami, so you're in the Pacific. I'm on the Atlantic. And that consciousness, I knew where my son was, you know? And Baron's still floating around here. And, you know, here's the choice. In my book, We've Got to Get Out of This Place.
Right.
It tells you, okay, you're dead. Now what? So I take you through reincarnation is taught to me by all the folks in India. Right. And I take you through ascension as it was taught to me by the Egyptians, not the Egyptians you see selling your rugs or whatever they do. We're taking you to the fake temples. By the Egyptians who study the energy of the Nephilim who came to Earth. They started showing me how the pyramids were built. And when I started doing this, when they told me, I found the tablets and I found people who translated the tablets. And those tablets tell a story of how they came to Earth, why they came to Earth. They needed gold. The planet of Nibiru was leaking. So the atmosphere was leaking, like ours will. And the atmosphere, if it leaks, you got to cover it up or else everything will go into space. And our little protection here, all we're doing is we're walking around in an oxygen tank. Our bodies know how to breathe. You don't even think about breathing. You may think about raising your right arm, but you breathe naturally. Your heart breathes naturally. If you learn how to meditate, you learn you cannot shut off your breathing. You cannot shut off your heart rate. You could slow it down. You could get into the state of near consciousness. But, you know, you sit there and a lot of things happen. And so I know where my son is. He's not dead. He's physically dead. You know, but what I did was because he was young and Baron was 27 at the time, and we were running a nice little record label. So everyone flipped out, and I buried him both in Miami where he died, which made it even worse for me. But I never mourned. I buried him in LA. You know, I had his friends come out and I told everyone, look, unfortunately, I'm telling you my truth because your friend and my son ain't here. And I wish, you know, it's whatever. But don't do something stupid. Remember, the goal is to stay alive.
That's right.
You know, if you can hit 100, you won. But if you hit 100 and you stay indoors, you lost. But if you were able to live your dreams and protect tomorrow, what a great life you could have. But you need to be able to live your dreams and not serve some stupid sky god religion that tells you. I mean, if you believe in Jesus, Jesus is love. So now all of a sudden they flip the coin and there's a bait and switch. They're telling you that, oh, Jesus is love. And now listen to Christ. We're going to go kill everybody. It's like, what are you telling people? You know, and I tell people, like, when I get on, Jesus is the energy of love. Christ is some made up energy of hate, war, poverty. We kill each other. They kill each other all over the place. Like what's going on in the Ukraine. What is that? Well, that's the Roman Catholic Church versus the Orthodox Church. Now, what's going on in Africa that we don't put in the newspapers? The United States making a lot of money. So we have a president who's sitting there telling you Biden economics, and he's lying to you. The United States economics is real simple. It's selling weapons of destruction. It's printing guns. That's what we do. We're a war-making machine that's now married to pharmaceutical. It's married to a banking industry. So all these people tell you they believe in the Bible. Well, really, you believe in the Bible? In that Bible, it says usury is punishable by death. You cannot charge unreasonable interest. So we used to have a 6% limit. And then in 1977, and 12% was the mob. They would charge double the limit. So what happened was in 1977, when I got out of law school, South Dakota passed a new law saying we're going to charge interest at 18% All of a sudden, they're soliciting all the kids, the young generation, with credit cards. And they're charging 18%. And then all the other banks woke up. It went to 24. And right now it's 29.9%. It's like, what is this? And then all these good Christians that run our country, they scam everybody with loans to get kids to go to college. Right?
Yeah.
So they're charging 7% interest when the bank pays 0.25%. What is this? And then in the Bible, it says you must give everybody a jubilee. You must forgive debt if they can't pay it back. What does our United States Congress do? They didn't forgive the debt. I mean, they're in breach of the same Bible they swear allegiance to. They're in breach of the same nonsense they tell everyone. I mean, it's disgusting. It's really, and Killah, I've been to over 100 countries. I've seen stuff, and all I want to do is share my information. That's it.
Please do. We need that information, man. For real. You see,
and by the way, do it through song and dance.
There you go.
Here's a good one for you. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm hearing the three of us, everyone listening.
Yeah,
we're a love story. Two people got together, used their instruments, a womb and an obelisk, and they did a dance, and they made the energy, and they had the fire. And guess what? We came out of that womb. All we are is a love song made by our parents, a vibration love song, and all you do is spend the rest of your life looking for people who relate to you. You're an idolist. An idolist is someone that sees more than what's in front of them. You're someone that understands your position here is you came to earth to create, to dream, make your dreams come true. And everyone around will tell you, you can't do that. You can't do this. Yeah. Are you crazy? But you're not going to listen to them. You sit out there and rap everything that comes into your head. You sit there and you smile, and your smile's nothing but the smile of love. You don't have that fake smile. You're an energy that's really, really good. And that's what you're here. You're here to do what you came here to do.
Wow.
Man, thank you so much.
We agree on that.
No doubt. Thank you. Yeah, well, you see who I was rolling with during the Black August period. We was, man, it was so much, man. We was in the desert. It's almost like that song, went through the desert with a horse with no name. And we would just sit there. We would build. We had the tea. We went to this coffee shop and we would just build. Me, you, and Charles would come sometime. And then you started talking, man. I was like, man, he's on another level, man. You would start talking about the government back then and where we come from and really stuff like that. And so we was like during that time. And the one song you was that I had did was You Like Deja Vu.
Yep.
And, yeah, you said it's a good anti-crime thing, and we had a great experience during that time, going into the studios and things like that. So what y'all seeing right now is y'all come in. This is Steve Machat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And you were doing your movie. Yeah, I remember your brother was doing the wine, right?
Michael was doing Vampire Wine.
Yeah, Vampire Wine.
And I was doing a couple of movies.
Right.
And we did the movie Bully.
There you go.
Oh.
That was a share.
Oh, that's seen that one, yeah.
ODB. Yeah, Bully was a dark movie, man.
I did Street Fighter. I did Judge Dredd at that. That was a little bit before you, but I was doing a lot of movies then.
Right.
And I did Bully, and I'm like, I'm done. And then I started traveling the world. I ran for the United States Senate here in Florida. They had a heart attack.
What happened?
They had a heart attack down here because I started reaching out to the people, telling people, your country's not what they're telling you. We need to make this country a country of love.
Right.
You don't need to pay this interest. This needs to stop. You need to put people in college. Teach them. Don't teach them that Columbus discovered America.
Right.
Stop that crap.
Right.
He didn't discover it. How could he discover it when people are there living? It's like, what is this? One day when I was in 7th grade, they told me that Balboa discovered the Pacific. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know. And I said it too loud. And the teacher goes, what do you mean you know?
Right.
So I said, how could he discover the Pacific? Right. Well, he was brought there by the natives. So I said to him, were the natives blind? And he saw that it's like going at him. He goes, well, what does that mean? The natives couldn't see the Pacific? He didn't discover the Pacific. I mean, why are we taught this?
That's right.
He was the first conquistador that went there who started importing blacks as slaves because the Vatican created slavery. And that bothers me more than anything. In 1455, they made a papal bull that told all the good white Christians that they could now buy Africans from the Africans in, the western region of Africa. And they went down there and started buying them all. But the Vatican doesn't tell you that. No, they don't tell you they did this. No, it's just crazy. Right. And it's insane. By the way, I went to Panama and I really started looking for black cheeses.
Right. In Panama. Right.
I found the church inside before you get into the jungle.
Right.
And it's a place called Portobello. And what they would do is they would put all the slaves coming with the conquistadors who wore metal. They smelled like shit. So anyway, and they wore it to protect them or whatever they did. Wow. But they would walk through and they would get to see black Jesus. Oh, wow. That's great. And now, if you all behave, black Jesus will take care of you. And black Jesus had a purple robe, meaning royalty, which is another crap.
Right.
Purple's the last color. When the sun gives us light and it comes through the prism of our atmosphere, it creates a rainbow. So, it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Wow. So anyway, you see the purple robe, and on the robe, they had all these gold medallions. And they would tell all these people who were about to go into servitude, to go dig for the gold. And they had to walk through the jungle to get to Peru and get to what was called El Dorado. These are not myths. These are true stories. The Vatican wanted the gold. And why did they want the gold? Because they believed in the film are coming back to Earth. And when the film come back to Earth, today in Congress, there were 3 people telling Congress that there were UFOs.
Right.
And it's like, there are UFOs. And if you really believe, every star you see is a solar system.
Right.
If you think we're the only conscious solar system that can do what we're doing, of beings, you need your head examined. There's so much. And we should enjoy it. Beam me up, Killah. Right? Beam me up, Killah.
Right.
And you and I can go right into that universe.
Indeed.
Star Trek.
Here on Earth. That's crazy. I was saying that a lot of times. I knew about the Vatican hiding a lot of information.
They burnt all the libraries. It's insane. They burnt all the libraries.
Did I hear that?
The Aztec and Mayans, right? What happened to all their records? And if you understand how then the film calculated, the Mayan map, the Mayan stuff that they found, right? It's based on the principle of 6, not 10. Anyway, I've learned all this. I'm throwing out information to you. It's a lot.
Yeah, but we want to get your book too.
If you're into it, go to my website. I read the books. I made a cartoon show out of one of them, showing you people landing here, and I'm here to share it. Anyway, I love being able to talk with you.
Right. Tell us about
I like your jacket.
Huh?
I like your jacket.
Hey, sure. Good looking, my man.
You look fly today.
Thanks, Solo. Thanks, Solo.
Yeah, no problem.
Summertime, Leo season. So, tell us about. You said that purple wasn't the royal color.
Yeah, because it's the last color before you get back to pure white light.
Pure white light.
What happens is the atmosphere, when it it reflects the light. It's a crystal.
Right.
And when the light goes through a crystal, it comes out as a rainbow.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so you have 7 chakras.
Right.
And so your first chakra, which is what all the beasts have, is red. Well, so's the rainbow. Your next color is orange. Well, that's your sex organs. Okay. Your third color is yellow. Well, what's that? That's all your organs in your stomach. Well, every beast alive has that. The plants have it. They don't have a nervous system, but they're in reverse. And then your heart is green, because green is the color of fertility. It's the green of light. I'm giving you spiritual answers. And then your throat is blue, because it's the air. You're able to communicate with each other by using your vocal cords. And language is nothing but a musical instrument. And it's also the barrier that breaks down all barriers. Musical vibrations, because a vibration could open your heart and open your mind, and you could go to the beyond. Then over here, you have what they call the third eye. If you learn how to meditate, you get the hell out of your body. Your body's a death trap. All it does is tell you how to survive. So it says, when you can't eat, go kill them. It's like, hey, wait a minute. Why don't we share food? Oh, we can't do that. We're a capitalist state. Oh, and capitalism is what Jesus wanted you to do. The church is heavily involved in loaning people ridiculous money. They put their hands out and give away none of it, And then the 7th chakra is your head, right here. It's your crown, and that's purple. Right. So you see the kings wearing purple,
right?
Because that's what the film did. It's like, what is this? So King Jesus Christ in Portobello was black, and he has a purple robe, and he had all the gold on it.
Wow. So I've been telling people, you have to travel sometime, and it's a different look on everything when you experience and when you go to places, and you just don't go to where they want you to go, like on tour or, traveling is where you can see things. And that's how books are created, right? Traveling and going to the actual spot where they, where the story was told. Then they just put it into a book and give it to us. And then you can put anything else you want in it if you're that type of person, because we don't know some of these authors. I'm talking about from the ancient times. They're going to put their own self in. Yeah.
They definitely reinterpret it.
Right.
And then they create new kingdoms. And all I want to do is show you they all came from the same place. When I did the movie Anaconda, I was in Peru.
Right.
And the Japanese embassy got invaded. So they told all the Americans to get out. But Killah, you know me.
Right.
When they were leaving, I'm like, screw this. And I went to different universities and hired different experts to walk me around Peru for a couple of weeks. It was so much fun. Wow. And then I went to Lake Titicaca, and I knew I didn't. Yep.
Lake Titicaca.
By the way, if you look at it through the sky, it looks like a jaguar, which is the lion of South Africa. It's South America. I said it wrong.
South America, yeah.
But I could go on and on. I could go on for hours, because all these myths, all these legends came from one source.
Yeah.
It's all from the Nephilim. It all relates to enslaving you. So you become someone's servant or slave. And in the United States, we are all in slavery. We work to pay the banks the Federal Reserve interest. I look at this and I want to throw up.
Wow.
And no one here understands. And when I ran for the United States Senate, I wanted to nationalize the Federal Reserve. But nope, we can't do that. So when we print money that does not exist, when we print money, that money does not exist. We give it to the Federal Reserve and they loan it back to us. It's like, who is the Federal Reserve? Why are we giving them the money? Because it authenticates it. If people understand what I just said to you, what would they do if they realized that there is no money? We print it. And we all agree to take it. And it's
that's right.
So I wanted to nationalize it and stop the interest. When they make the budget, not one person sits there and takes that out of the budget, the interest. But isn't it amazing every time they need money to go finance someone else's war? Look how much money we're giving to the Ukraine. Why are we doing that?
Right.
And I'm stating it right now, right here, for all your listeners.
Right.
Biden will get into Russia, and to ensure his reelection, he will end that war. Russia knows it, and the Ukraine knows it. And the Ukraine kept pushing him to put them in the NATO, and he couldn't do that because that's a chip that he will bargain with Russia. Because Russia's going to want to keep that country neutral.
Right.
And as I'm saying that to you, I realize what they're going to do. They'll give the Ukraine back all that property that the Ukraine can't get back with all our guns and weapons, and the United States seriously in debt.
When they say,
but watch what happens. My prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say peace and safety.
A 24 to do what?
That's real.
I mean, if you're going to go to war, the most important battle you will have is to keep the peace. So you go 11, 13, 15,000 feet high in Afghanistan. None of us could breathe there. Takes a while. So we're sitting and we're shooting down Afghanis. And then we think we beat the, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
The Taliban. And all of a sudden we pull people out and then they take it over again. It's like, of course they did. You know, the Romans taught the British what you do is when you take over a country, make them part of the banking system, and you'll have every thief do that. Right. That's the game with all the dictators. Okay, we won the battle. You go here. You're partners in the loot, and you're partners in the bank with the one world banking order. And I'm not talking conspiracy people listening. I'm just telling you the truth.
Hey, that's all it's about. That's what we talk.
It's all it's about. They keep you so scared.
Yeah.
You just do whatever they want to give you food.
Right.
Yeah. They control us.
Why can't that food be a community asset? Why can't we share it? Right. Why do we have to make money out of food? Why do we have to make the food not from Earth? Why do we have to change the chemicals? Why, we need more COVID again?
Right. Right. I was saying the history of grocery stores. I don't. You know, who started all of that? Supermarkets and turned it into supermarkets.
And look what they do. They put it in a tin aluminum can.
Right.
And you don't think that's poison? I mean, what is this? Then they give it to you in a plastic cup or whatever, and you're drinking water. They could tell me all day they stop that plastic from going into the water. They don't. They don't.
Wow. I've heard about that. When you sit it down, you got to at least shake it up. And stuff. Sometimes if you leave it in the car, I heard that it has seeped some of the plastic inside of your water, and now you're drinking plastic.
You're drinking plastic. Yep.
One day,
you
right?
It hardens your arteries.
Right.
Remember, your arteries is the Nile River.
Right.
It brings the nutrients to your whole body.
Wow.
So anyway, I got a record label again. I'm back in business with my wife, and she's got a daughter, and we've got hits again.
Right.
My real drug is music. I am attracted to artists. I love artists. I love music. I love youth. I don't like people my age because they're dead. You know, it's like I look at them, they've given up. Right. I'm Peter Pan.
Right.
I'm Peter Pan. It's like, okay, let's go. Right. You know, I'm still a kid. I believe in love.
Man.
And control is not love. And music is love. So we have a band called The Gulls that you would love. I have a singer named Isaac Ryan Brown from LA.
Right.
And he's in a Disney TV show. You would like him.
I have Sasha Ben. Yeah. Shout out to Cap Jones.
Which hip hop.
Right.
Comes out of Kodak Black camp.
Right.
And then I've got the Buena Vista Social Orchestra. And I'm going to put them on tour again.
Oh, this is going to be great. You're going to like this because we had a lot of artists that we're working with. This one artist I was talking about, the Sad Boy stuff, he had passed away. His name was Fanatic. You know what I'm saying? He was making that kind of young lean. But these are great artists. We have great artists on the show that comes through Royal Priesthood, you know, that we got going on. It's my new thing, and we got to talk about that. We have our Zodiac.
Please.
Yeah, exactly. Cap, you got to hear some of the stories, Salo.
Yeah,
some of the story. Could you tell them the story about? I was trying to tell a story about Michael Jackson, off the wall.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he's the one that told me.
Oh, wow.
Man,
That's
showed
crazy.
me. Took me to the studio and all of that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. With Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many stories. First off, Michael Jackson. I had an artist named Manu Dibango.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Cameroon. By the way, he died of COVID. And he did a song called Soul Makossa. Okay. So
okay.
it was a big song.
Mama say, Mama Sama. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Say, Mama Kosa. Mama say, Mama say. I can already see where you're going with this. Mama say,
Yep,
Mama
right?
Sama, Mama Kosa. Yeah, good. We'll let you
Michael Jackson took that note for note.
Right. He's right on
Yeah,
point.
you just sang it and you just heard it.
I just put it together that quick. Mama say, Mama Sama, Mama Kusa. Mama Sosa. Mama say, Mama Sama, Mama Kusa. Right, gotcha.
That's
so
crazy.
we used the French society, whatever they're called, not FINAC, SASM, Society of Authors, Composers, and Musicians, right? And so we had SASM sue Michael Jackson because the courts did not want to hear the truth. And Michael Jackson made a deal where he gave up all his rights. Now, if you look at the album, that's the only song Michael Jackson claimed he wrote the whole song, which is interesting. You know?
Right.
Michael Jackson, it's sad, but he died of drugs. What he was accused of doing, I believe he was doing, and I knew some of the people involved, but at the same time, I knew Michael Jackson. One day he's in my office in New York and I'm there with his PR person, Norman Winters. And they said, come walk around Manhattan with us. So I'm like, okay. And then you got to keep Jacko here. I go, why do I have to keep Jacko here? You should walk around with him. No, keep him in your office. Can we put him in your office? I was stupid. I said, yeah. So we go away for 4 hours. I came back. I had new wallpaper. My new wallpaper was all the monkey shit that he threw all over my office. And I'm like, oh my God. It was funny. I had to have it cleaned.
That's crazy.
Don't put a monkey in your office without a pan.
Wow. What about Rick James? You ever met Rick? He's
I
one of my
knew Rick.
favorite. Huh?
Rick was from beyond, but he had a very bad cocaine habit.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you not to do drugs.
Right.
Because I can't tell you what your destiny is.
Mm-hmm.
But if that drug is starting to do you, you better wake the hell up real quick.
Yeah,
if you can't walk away from it, if you can't not do it, whatever. America's biggest product that we sell all over the world is Coca-Cola. They put cocaine in that drink until 1935.
Wow.
That was filled with so much Coke. And in World War I, the United States bought Coca-Cola, and we were an affiliate with the Allies. And we gave the British and French and the German fighting the Germans, we gave them Coca-Cola to drink so they would stay up. Now, you may think I'm crazy telling this to you, but try drinking Coke and watch what will happen. And then the first thing the Japanese and Germans did is they realized that we had a secret weapon. So they discovered, and they did, methamphetamines. And the Germans gave their troops methamphetamines. And they had the Blitzkrieg, where they went running all over Africa real quick because they wouldn't sleep at night. And they had you could stay 72 hours in that type of crazy party, and they would stay up. And then finally they would have the replacements and all that stuff.
What is it with so much of the artists, like these artists, great artists, Jim Morris, and a lot of the artists with drugs?
Sadly, as I tell this to you, many of them died at 27, like my son did.
Wow.
And my son was an artist.
Wow.
at 27 is where you start going, well, what am I doing?
He's 27.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, he's with me.
Yeah.
That's wild. What was they told me they tried to take me to rehab, and I said no. What's her name again?
Amy Whitehouse.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse. She
Yep.
said they
She
tried.
was great.
Yeah,
I knew her.
Oh yeah.
I knew her. And by the way,
She said
it's
it.
sad.
Huh?
It's sad.
Right.
You know, there was a music festival in a country called Serbia.
Mm-hmm.
Serbia has a place called Novi Sad, Novisad, and they have a 5-day festival.
Mm.
And it's one of the biggest festivals there. And, you know, we should talk. Maybe I could get you into these festivals.
Yeah.
Which is a blast.
Let's do it.
She went down there and they threw her out. And they sent her back home to England. They said, she's higher than a kite. And they threw her out. And the English got really upset. And the newspapers were saying, look what they did. They don't like us down there. She was dead. I don't remember. Within the week, she was dead. She was an accident waiting to happen.
Wow. No. Damn. That's.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
there you go. At least you could sing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Damn. There's so many artists. You know, was Elvis on drugs?
It gets even better. He died on the shitter. He was taking, it's not better, but he was taking pills. Wow. He was the king of depressants. Everything you saw in that movie was true. But Richard Nixon, this is why I say it gets even better.
Right.
Richard Nixon made him the drug czar.
Drug czar.
Yep.
Shout out to drug czar.
He was the anti-drug example.
That was his name, drug czar, or was he the drug?
No, he was in charge of drugs, telling people to stay off it.
Yeah.
You know, the anti-drug, and he's popping all those pills.
That's crazy.
Richard was getting lit. Yeah, I bet. They just found cocaine in the White House. You ever heard about that?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of crap is that? By the way, it's always been in the White House.
That's why I call it the White House. Let me stop.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Cocaine, white lines.
Can you imagine? Yeah. He left, whoever it is, he left the bag inside where he put you have to put your phone there, right? So as I visualize it, when you take your phone out, you have to put it in this room. Wherever the person was holding his phone, it was probably a bag of Coke attached to the phone. And when they went to get the phone, he didn't get the bag back. You know what I mean? How it gets attached.
Come on, man.
Our leaders, our so-called leaders. These are our so-called leaders. Man. Monkey stuff. How many books you got?
I got 11. 11
books. Your latest book is what's the title of your latest book? 11
Here it
books.
is.
People be bullcrapping, man. Right. You do about your business. 11 books. Yeah, pull it over a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit over so we can see the title.
So we can see it. You go the opposite. Yeah. Unraveling the Bible. Wow. This is beautiful.
Now, there's a meteorite. On that these tablets I read about written 300,000 years ago that still exist. It talks about a gigantic asteroid in the asteroid belt. And they describe what NASA put out in November, saying that they took visual image of a gigantic asteroid, which they called Psychic 19. What's going to happen is over the next few years, we're going to be very casually told, my job is to put it to you first. There was life on Mars. They did live on the moon. You know, it was all part of the transportation system that the Nephilim did to get the gold back to Nibiru. And in my book, I explained to you how they did it. And I'm no genius. I just figured out what they wrote, and I put it in terms that I would understand as a layman. And all the nuclear scientists know everything I'm telling you. But they're tell it to you because the neighborhood go, stay away from him. He's crazy. Right. You know, and most people can't handle that. You know, screw you.
and then you got half of the country, like most of the people that Christian, even Christian Muslim, and they study, they deal with God creating clay out of a man out of clay, taking the rib from a man and put them into another one. But then when you start talking about Anunnaki, another planet, then they be like, no, that's getting into demonic witchcraft and all of that stuff. But they choose they choose a line where to stop at. You know, where how far you could go. But then again, you got donkeys talking and you got a lot of stuff.
You got zebras. Where did a zebra come from, right? They were cloning beings down here on Earth because they needed to have an animal that had the strength to get the gold out of the mines in South Africa. That's what they did.
Say that
by
again.
The way,
zebras.
By the way, Killah, you would love my book.
Right.
Because I go right into it. I tell you how they did it, as they told me in the thing. Right. You know, I'm sitting with some people from Zimbabwe, and I asked them, because they found the cages where they were cloning animals.
Right.
Right. So I spoke to this woman she ran one of the universities there, and we're in Paris, and we're at the museum. And on top of the museum in Paris, they have the boats of Isis. And we're talking about it. And she's with her class. And I said, have you taught them about how they made mankind down there in Zimbabwe? Mankind was made down there. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Zimbabwe. Wow.
Yeah. That's how they needed mankind to get the gold out of the mines, because the Anunnakis they wanted to become white collar. So they had a riot, they had a revolt. And the computers that they had, they called crash and crunch. Right. But they couldn't get the gold out. You needed your fingers. And computers still can't work fingers like we do.
Right.
So, and you look at an octopus that has eight of them, but anyway, I go through all this with you in that book.
Have you seen the mimic octopus?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It could imitate anything it sees. It can turn its whole body into it. But one of his mechanisms is turning itself into a poisonous snake.
That's cool.
Right? The crazy part of it is that this octopus knows whatever going to eat it is that you're scared, or anything that's attacking it is scared of these snakes. It knows that you fear the poisonous snakes and that these snakes are somehow poisoned.
You won't even see it.
Yeah, that's I don't even know where the octopus caught that. Did he see the snake bite something before? But that's a phenomenon that the octopus.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So we got so we talk about the Anunnakis, the Nephilim, the Nephilim story. So yeah, I've been meaning to get into that, man. The sons of Anak, right? The sons.
It's right there for you. There was a king called Anu. He had a son from the wrong queen, wrong bloodline, named Enki, who was the scientist of the Nephilim. He created all the things here. He had another son named Enli, who's the Hebrew god, and Enli was the commander of Earth. And they made a lot of children, and they made earthlings, and they mated with the Nephilim, and the earthlings had a little bit more power. They became the royal earthlings. That's where the pharaohs came from. And then all the children wanted their own property. So it started wars, because that's what do you do if you have too many children? And the most important question I could ask you, why do you have children? Do you have children for you? Do you have children for the child? What do you do with the child? That's what you got to figure out. How are you going to split the land? Who's going to share it? If you have more than one child, all of a sudden you got jealousy, and what do you do with jealousy? Well, many cases you end up murdering each other. But that's my physical story.
Wow.
My philosophical story. So, Killah, I'm going to leave you.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But let's go to Stephen, Steven,
Yeah, let's put up his information, AD.
StephenMachat.com.
Okay.
You could also go to unravelingthebible.com. It's there.
Okay, we're going to put up all that information for you.
and enjoy it. And you know what we could do? If
Yeah.
people buy, they can come on your site again.
Okay.
I'll answer their questions.
That's right. That's what we're
It'll be
doing,
fun.
man. Yeah, exactly. Make sure y'all hit that super chat because I'm here too. If y'all got any questions, my man Steve Machat, he's about to leave, but he'll be back. You know, he's overcome. The doctors tried to tell him something. Should I tell that real quick? The doctors told him that he would never walk again.
They
And-
told my wife that they found me with an abscess.
Wow.
Right. Wow.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an abscess in my back that started eating my spinal cord.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And I came
Man.
real close to not being here. And then they told me when I first got out that I may not walk again. And I'm like, fuck that. But anyway, I'm walking. I'm going to Europe in a
Wow.
couple of weeks.
Wow.
And Killah, I wish you were with me. I'm going to Israel.
Yeah.
And they're
We can-
putting me on TV.
Right.
In Israel, they called my book the Definitive Alternative Bible. And they're putting me on Israeli TV. And I figure if I could break that loghead of stupidity and ignorance, of fear from truth, they're putting me on to talk about what I just talked about with you. And they're going to let me go to different sites so I could explain what I know about it from the tablets of the Bible.
Beautiful.
And then I'll be back here September 8th.
So,
We got
man,
a super chat from Cap Jones.
let's go.
Let's see. Hold on.
Make sure y'all hit that super chat. Hit that like. Tell them that we over here. We're building right now, and I got a cool shirt on.
Cap Jones says the Federal Reserve private company trades our government Federal Reserve notes in exchange for U.S. Treasury bonds. The interest is impossible to pay back mathematically, all by design.
100% true.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you believe in the Bible, they tell you you're supposed to have jubilees and forgive debt. Right? But they don't do that. No. You're a debt slave. Your children are, your grandchildren are. And it's disgusting. If I ever had that power, I would forgive all debt. I ran for the United States Senate to forgive all debt, to introduce legislation to do it. And my friend out there, you're entirely correct.
That's right.
And the
Shut up,
person
Cal.
that taught me more than anything was the guy that created Monopoly. He was an anti-Federal Reserve man. He created a game. And what you do is if you're distributing the nation's currency, why are you charging interest, costs, and expenses? What do you do? Isn't that the job of the United States government to supply to people with a budget that they could live and trade like we're playing Monopoly? And then every year you do it again? Yeah, but not here, not in the world.
Wow.
Wow.
Have you ever met Manly P. Hall?
No. I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah, Manly P. Hall. He talked a lot about stuff like that. What you're building on. Really, really encouraging the mind and looking at breaking down the chambers and the webs that surround us.
Yeah,
It's a big matrix.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you question the matrix, you're, there's something wrong with him.
Stop talking.
Oh, okay. We're living somebody else's dream. We need to end their dream. We need to become a one world order of people first, not material. It's like go to a museum, you want material. Go to a park. It's
Right.
buy what you need. Don't just buy what you have. Share. Get out there and play ball. Get out and run. Exercise. Because one day you won't be able to. Anyway, that's my ending for all of you.
Oh man, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
man.
coming through.
That was blessings.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I love
from the
that.
Podcraft, that was Steve Machat. We're gonna put your information up. Make sure that everyone go check out his site. Somebody said God said that he was a very high-ranking Mason. We're gonna deal with that when we get off. But I want to thank you so much, and man, thank you, Coverboy. How did you meet Coverboy? Did he contact you, or he just saw some of your things? I'll ask him.
Ask him.
Yeah.
I mean, Killah, I walk around. If someone's smiling at me, I'll talk to you.
Exactly.
You know, I will.
Exactly.
I walk up to people. I love people.
Yeah.
I'll tell them that they're looking good.
Right.
How could you tell someone that? Well, maybe I just made them put a smile on their face.
Right.
You know,
right. That's what
you know, like I see people walking around frowning, or I see a little boy crying, a little girl crying.
Right.
You know, I just look at them and I go, smile. And I said, you're loved. Smile. Tell people that. Tell people they look good. We all like it.
So, that's real talk. We don't do it enough.
It's the easiest thing in the world to say. And if you say it to enough people, you realize it's true.
Yeah. It could increase your health a little bit. A lot. Right?
Yeah.
People don't talk about that. It's healing when you say healing words.
Especially Leos. Leos love compliments.
Yeah. I do like that.
Well, there you go with Leo, right?
Compliment a Leo today.
When the Lion Sleeps Tonight. What a great song. And by the way, African folk song out of Zimbabwe. But anyway, guys, take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
No doubt, man.
Thank you.
Shout out. That was somebody said love you all, man. Yo, good luck to Steve Machat, man.
Thank you, Steve Machat. Thank you for that.
And I'm so glad you get to meet Solomon, man. He's been through so many millennials. He's still here. We like that. Steve just walks through time, man. Time walk. We don't know. That's it, man. All right, we want to let you off the Podcraft.
Be well, and thank all three of you and your audience.
Thank you.
And I'll speak to you when we speak to each other.
Okay.
And find me about the music. And take good care.
All right. Say no more.
Two.
Bye-bye, guys.
Oh.
Good night.
Bye.
So much history. So now, knowledge born. We know that. Yeah. So during Black August, that's when I was rolling with him. We was rolling in this. Went to deserts. We went like pilgrimages a little bit, and we would drink tea and coffee, and we'd just be meet up in Hollywood. I think AD was around just during this time, but he was in the studio as always. But we was talking about some deep stuff. My man Charles Liu was there. He works out. And Mandy Blank, R.I.P. to her. She was a bodybuilder. A female bodybuilder was great. And it was just some moments in there, man. And he was talking about the Nephilims, and I was looking at something that was funny about the Sons of Anak. I wrote it.
Wow.
See, I say these words, these are foreign to you, but I was checking out the Sons of Anak. He had 3 children. We're going to get into that one day, but I was Caleb and Joshua. I had wrote those down. Y'all can read them in number 13, but there's some strange, phenomenal, weird things in there. Maybe you can ask some experts or something like that, but it's definitely something to look into if you like to explore and push your imagination, such as the deportation of the moon and things like that. Some of y'all like looking at Star Trek or Star Wars, comic books, and you kind of like we all exercise our imagination with anime. We exercise our imagination by going into the imagination, which comes from thought, and we breathe it into existence. Having people join us like that, because we are for a council. It's a bunch of us, like minds coming together at this time. We don't know if it's the end. We're not looking at time. We are outside of time, but we are having the time of our lives. Oh no, this is bar right there. Bars. We're having the time of our lives. We're sitting down, we're building, and we're enjoying some tea, which I will be making. Make sure y'all boil your tea. But it's deep, man, just reminiscing and going through these moments like that. It's like being in the studio when we first started out in Firehouse. Me, just being a teenager, going to the studio with jizzle, then the doors open. You got Ghost here. You got Method Man in the booth. You know, RZA's like, yo, boom, 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 with a bandana around his head, braids. It was all braids back then, but now we here. Here we are. You know, we in the future. Mm-hmm. And we always talked about things back then, but now we're here. So now we doing podcast. We're sitting down, we become more mature. And there's lanes for music, lanes for movies, lanes for books, any art form. I don't know none of us sing or dance. I mean, but you have singers, we have to keep the Blue Raz. We have children. And the whole thing is to expand and keep building and moving forward. Because a wasted talent and just wasting your time just sitting there, not doing anything with yourself, it's not what this is about. This is about moving forward and building your own brand at the end of the day. Building yourself up to build our own brand. That's why we're doing this. Podcraft, and have communication and dialogue where we can build. We have great minds that come onto the show. We have some that come on regular. We have found great artists, great lyricists out there, people with talent that was just balling and brewing into itself until it spills over into it affects us. We are all the same, right? Though we not, but we all share that counsel of the same mind, like we're here for the same reason. We have 27-year-olds that's sponging, but all of a sudden he's spitting out his water, his fluid into our ears.
Word. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely agree with what you just said. I definitely like what Stephen Machat was saying too.
Yes.
You know, if it resonates because earlier today I did a little live, and it's kind of what I was kind of breaking down, kind of talking about. I want people to be self-reflective, you know. And in that live, I was actually saying about how we're controlled in society today, and the biggest philosophy for me is that we need to restore our love and build a better society, because I think that's the main key of the world. You know what I mean? We need to overcome the controllers. And I think you was definitely on point, you know what I mean? And what your words was just saying too. This world could be a lot better. It could be a lot better, but we're so selfish in our needs of the society of money. You know what I mean? That's what we're caught up in right now. We're caught up in money, and we're chasing it, right, with no purposes. You know what I mean? We have no progression of it, you know? A lot of people are selfish, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? That's the trauma that people have gone through. People was raised up poor, and it's all about society's control. Control has kind of made us that way, you know? And we don't know how to love properly with materialistic ideas, you know? I think people need to restore love within themselves, you know what I mean? Mainly, you know, it starts with the women, and I think men need to become better in themselves. And that women and men, we work together very well, you know? So, you know, that love and strength coexist with each other. And I think once we have an understanding of this gender war, because they put us in the gender war, the controllers put us in this gender war, and you know, a lot of standards and all these different things that's going on where we should be loving each other and building better families and strong and stronger structure of love and people and within society today. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, you know. I want this world to be better, you know. I mean, you know, people might say I'm wise for my age, but that's because I just witnessed all the errors that, you know, going through life. You know what I mean? The problems that we like to ignore, because we like to ignore problems because we are so self-centered around each other. You know what I mean? We're so self-centered. We worry about our own issues than the worldly issues, you know? So, hey, that's all I got to say. But, you know, that was definitely dope. Steve Machat came on there and actually, like, said things I was saying on my live earlier, and at least I was trying to articulate, you know?
Yeah.
So, Yeah, that was deep.
We're gonna talk later too. We're definitely gonna build later, Steve. Man, that was great. I mean, there's so much to unpack. We can't unpack everything.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my man Mighty Hebrew. He had called me up, and he also had a bill that he wanted to do, the anti-doobie. You know that brother always get deep. But I want to play this thing that I saw. I want to break this down to show you how maybe in ancient society how the woman was worshipped back in the days, and these deities. Pardon me for cats that check out this little clip that we're gonna play. This is the prophet Joseph. You're gonna play this, and I want y'all to see. You could forward it a little bit right there. Now back up. This is way in the back. That man that's speaking right now is playing the part of Jacob. I do believe. I'm going. Yes, Joseph, but you see the worship back then was Ishtar. Now these guys do very deep research. So if y'all don't know who Ishtar, you know who Ishtar is, AD?
Of course, where we get Easter.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so if you look at the ancient past, well, we worship Easter now, Asterisk and Ishtar, they were worshiping deities back then. So that's what he was tapping into when he started talking about the Nephilims and things like that. But the old deities were back then. And I found this is straight. This movie is about Joseph. But this was going on during the time when they had other gods that were around that were before, you know, that at the same time there were deities that were very old that they were worshiping. And they were really into it. And it was really deep. They was really feeling it, how they see it. Just like how, you know, breakdancing was back in the days. Breakdancing was incredible back there. But if you put breakdancing today, they look stupid. It's like the breakdancing today will make them look foolish from back then. But back then, for that time, there was nobody just doing. You may have had 1990, but you got to know acrobats. You got to be acrobatic now. Like they just jumping into the circle, getting busy. You know my joint right now. Back then, a giant. So we got guns now. You could knock somebody down now. Boom. But back then they didn't have all of that. So somebody walk up to you 7 feet, he might manhandle you. You know what I'm saying? Back then, because they didn't have the weapons, things changed. But the societies back then was the same. You know, were different. They were different. It was a different time. We give praise to Muhammad Ali, which is the greatest fighter. But what about Floyd? Floyd never lost. But at the time, they were living back then. So back then, in that time, it was just different time. And that's what it was. It's our deity. Ishtar was there. You come with a different type of life, a different type of movement, then it was like, okay, what you coming with? Right. That's what it is. You know, we take on these cultures. Just to let y'all know, shout out to Cap Jones. See you in the building.
Cap Jones.
Exactly. Now we walking around like the serpent. I want to disrespect the serpent. With Christianity, certain religions, they put down the serpent. Some did put up the serpent. Got a lot to learn.
Kundalini.
Exactly. Priscilla's coming. Priscilla the Hunt. But like you said, gender wars, and we have to get together as families, but we let those things happen. So I was looking up the Cayenne people. You know my Tahuti right now.
Oh shit.
Pull up the Cayenne people. Let's go a little far. It's not a class. It's just a craft. Hit that like to everybody if y'all want to. We can go into things because this is how songs come up and this is how ideas come up. So I was looking into certain people that, you know, because I was like, well, where are some of these people that go coincide to some of these ancient people? Also, on some of their belief systems. I know Starbucks have a girl on there with fish.
Right.
Everybody goes to Starbucks.
She a mermaid.
The mermaid? Exactly. She's up out of that water. There was a deity called Dagon.
The doggone Dagons.
Thank you for doggone. Doggone it. Doggone it. You know what I mean? I'm going to say peace and safety. How about that? What's coming after that? Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the craft room.
Craft. This is what it's about. Oh, God said, what's this? Gostelina 777 says, Gaga was a, well, you went up so quick, AD. I was trying to read that.
Yeah, something jumped down here.
Okay, I see you, Danny Selena. It said Gaga was a Babylonian something. I don't know. We'll get back to it.
Oh, there you go.
But Gaga was a Babylonian demon who sprung up from an egg, folks.
Mm-hmm. And then
Easter eggs.
Lady Gaga was carried in an egg.
Talk about it.
Oh, wow.
Talk about it, AD. Come on, drop it on us.
In one of the Grammys or some shit.
Exactly. You want to say something? No, Lady Gaga,
Lady Gag Me.
which is a star, Ishtar. We're going to talk about that. Because I see a lot of things, too. I just don't say everything that I see, but things be adding up. Words and things, people and places. You know, I'll just be like, wow, it's similar, but could be. Could be. We don't know. Anakin means long neck. And y'all can look that up. So, yeah, look it up. Go ahead, AD. The Brown Buffalo got something to say.
Yeah, he said, can you play the first two songs of the album Killah Priest, Lord Son, at the end of the show? Salute to the panel piece of the gods.
Shout out to Danny Salinas, man. No doubt, no doubt. Are you ready? We're going to address the elements in the room. We got to address the elements.
The elements just for the hell of it?
Hey, this is the Vedic vape room time.
Yeah.
The Vedic room. The Vedic room. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. All right, so did you pull up the Canyon people?
Canyon people?
Because there was another people too. But some people, some of these religions, you can go back to the natives. Shout out to my Aboriginal brothers. They can find out. I love all the researchers, man, in the whole, because this person to find out that, then I just take it all, man. It's like, wow, it's all a part of what Steve Machat said. It's all part of one. Made a flat Earth fit in that AD.
Oh yeah, what's the question?
Yeah. Where does?
What was the question?
I said it's all one book. Everyone fits together. Like when you check it out, the stories, it's all one. At the end of the day, it has a beginning, middle, and an end.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get your attention when I said, where does flat Earth fit now?
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, man. Hit that like button if y'all want AD's ready to answer questions. All questions.
I'm here to help.
About the outside on the edge of the planet Earth. You ready?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so let me see. I respect every true person who let what they believe get into life. Yeah. That's what it's about. It's like it's like being at a bar, right? There's different type of drinks. We could do a tea room, you could do a buffet. But there's different type of drinks, but you're all there to have a good time together. And you may be like, yo, what you eating right there? What you drinking, man?
Right.
Oh, that's not my. You know what they say? That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not my cup of tea. You might like oolong. We got oolong musk right here.
Get your groove on with the oolong.
Right. Don't stay too long.
Right.
And I don't like mine's nice, but not too strong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Lady Gaga is a spirit cooker and what's that? Adrenochrome junkie. Adrenochrome. Adrenochrome junkie. Yeah, she was. I don't know about that, but she was. She was. She said no. Notice that part? They tried to take her to rehab, and she said no.
Right. Yeah, I do
She
remember.
said, hell no.
I do remember that.
27.
Man.
Death culture, drug culture, lean culture, cultures that make us look like idiots, walking around like zombies. It's close to midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Tupac said, checking in the bread room, I ain't there. I got a head with no screws in it.
Man.
That was hard. A head with no screws in it. Frankenstein like.
Real. You know, sad though, they pushed that on us too.
Right. Add on. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get y'all ready. I'm gonna get y'all to start talking.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm on fire right now. It's
I know
coming.
you
It's burning
are.
slow.
I could tell.
I'm gonna get y'all to. I'm gonna get somebody to come on here. I'm gonna drop it. AD might just jump up. I told you the Earth is flat, and I'm gonna show you why.
Well, I mean,
edges. I'm tired of this, Pre.
I ain't trying to convince anybody of anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care.
We'll take you to the knowledge. Knowledge is there.
Yeah. If people want to know, they want to know.
They know the ledge. That's the edge.
Yeah, it's whatever they want to do. We got another super chat up in here from Mr. Flores. He says, Spence Jr. versus Crawford. Who you guys got?
Yeah, give me like a second on that real quick.
What's he talking about?
Yeah.
Give me a second. It might be a fight.
Hold on, let me Google this.
Give me like 2 seconds.
Google that.
I mean,
What the hell is this?
Rest in peace.
this is a boxing fight.
Is it Ultimate Fighting or something? Boxing.
Rest in peace,
boxing?
Yeah. Hold on. All right.
Welterweight. Oh, okay.
Welterweight. Let me see the guys.
Let's see. Spence versus Crawford.
I want to know.
I can't speak on it because I don't know those boxers.
You know what's crazy? I try to know my boxes.
But I like welterweight class.
Welterweight, yeah, welterweight's a good class.
It's around $150.
Let me see. Spencer J. Once I see the guys, I can tell you who's gonna win.
They're right here.
Yeah, just show me the faces. I'll tell you right now. With all confidence. It don't even matter.
Boom.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
Yeah, Steve Machat. Man, thank you once again, Steve Machat.
Okay. All right. So Crawford look like he winning this fight. He looks ready. Now I don't know about Spencer.
Make way for Coverboy too. No.
But yeah, Spencer look like he's winning that fight though.
Cap Jones says Crawford.
Crawford.
Rest in peace.
I mean, yeah, Crawford. I feel like Crawford.
Rest in shore.
But all right, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm an analytical person when it comes to fighting. I have to watch the fight real quick. That's typically what I do for boxing. I just try to watch the fight. Like I watch them fight for like another person or whatever, and I see how they fight, and I kind of just be like, all right, this person gonna win. But Crawford gives me the energy of like he knows what he's about. Spencer Lloyd, he's just trying to put up a front. So that's just how I'm basing it off right now. I didn't see them fight, but trust me, that's how I look at them. Man.
Crawford.
Yeah, just AD just showed his pictures, so I just kind of like went off of what I saw.
Let me see it once again, AD. Man, they look a little even. I think Dave Forrest put that up. Which one is?
Crawford's the darker skin. Spencer's the.
Could you put it right there, or could I cover us? Yeah.
Crawford's the one with the belts. Spencer's the.
Dave Flores, you look like Spencer. Is that why you put that up there? That looked like you.
Now I'm just saying like this. Like
shout out to Dave.
Crawford, he's
like
about
Dave
this.
Flores? Shout out to Dave Flores. They look like Lil Da Vinci. He might be related to y'all, man.
Never know. But I see the heart in Crawford. I don't really see it for Spencer. I don't see it. You know what I mean?
You can't tell by looking at him. You got to watch the HBO.
Oh, no, I could tell by looking at people. Trust me. I'm a person that, listen, I used to fight back.
Well, he got a bunch of belts. The other cat don't have no belt.
No, they probably both undefeated. But like the truth is, like when you look at people, you can tell who's about it. That's how I look at things.
I feel like looks can be deceiving.
And listen, from what I fought back in the day, listen, I'm a fighter. I could see, I see it in people's looks.
The eyes.
You could just see it. You know what I mean? Crawford, like he does this on the regular. That's why Mayweather never lost. Mayweather, like every time I saw Mayweather, I knew Mayweather was gonna.
People wanted Mayweather to lose. He was always, you know what I'm saying?
But it's because they don't like his boxing style, you know. But Mayweather's he's a boxer. He's gonna box you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's undefeated. He's the greatest.
But we
I said it here. And already the Rugged Man probably said no because he breaks down boxing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care what you say. The record shows that with Mayweather, in his style, he's perfected it. Perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Never lost. Got to give it to him. I know people hate him, but he just goes, nope, I'll do what I do. You got.
I knew he would win every fight too, and people were like, nah, AD, he's gonna lose this time. I'm like, no, y'all don't understand.
That confidence.
I should have put bets for him, but
come on, you should have.
People are always betting against him. I'm like, y'all don't understand.
Nah, you don't bet against.
I tell you what, man.
People, because you know what it is, people win the big money. You bet against, you win the big money. But you know, all the fights I watched of Mayweather, he just knew what he was doing. I know he's gonna box them out. But that's just how he is. That's his style. He's a boxer. You know what I mean? He's gonna box you.
If you don't, you got. To me, here's how I look at Mayweather. You got 3 rounds to do whatever you gotta do. Hurt him. You got 3 rounds because he don't know you when you first get on.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what you coming with.
The first few rounds are him gathering data.
There you go. That's all he's doing.
And then he'll figure out what he wants to do later.
You like swinging to your left. I'll just step right here. Oh,
Yeah.
you doing that? Well, I'll just do this. And I'll just do this. You don't like this, huh? You're uncomfortable here? Well, what if I just do this?
Yeah, he'll test you out.
It's over.
Lately in the exhibitions, he's been going right in just because he's like, he just already knows.
Well, he can beat those guys up. He can beat them all. He can beat them all.
Yeah,
up.
yeah. It's the ones that he was actually trying to be cautious with, that he would like study them.
Yeah.
But you can tell because he's like really throwing a lot. If you've seen the last few fights, he's throwing a lot more.
Well, yeah, he's getting older.
He's older.
Yeah.
It's not really for nothing. He's already done it. 50-0, 51-0, I don't know. And the great Muhammad Ali, he's great because he stood up for a lot more. He did stand up too. He got knocked down a couple of times and got back up. So it's like a righteous man. He got knocked down 7 times and got back up. He got his jaw broke and boxed the entire fight against what's his name? The one who used to fight like this. Kid Norton. He had a wild. Never seen nobody. He used to fight like this. Kid Norton. Like my hands goes this way. So they put all these funny, awkward people, and I'm not no boxing expert, but I have good eyes. And they put these funny people against Ali because he was so great. So they put the challenge. The greater challenge in your life when people come against you is because you have a certain thing about yourself that heavy is the head that wears the crown that you can handle. Mm-hmm. When somebody comes, like anybody comes to, and they be really talented in something, and they really irritate you or get under your skin, it's because you worth a lot.
That's true. I believe that.
You can come through and conquer a lot. Mm-hmm. Your opponent that comes against you is worthy. You sitting up there talking about who's a worthy opponent.
That's true.
And then when you start crying when they come against you, but that's because because the energy, everything that's around you, know that you can handle that to get to the next step.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. You sitting home. A lot of people that know this like, damn, this thing still be getting on me, man. It's just bugging me. Head hurt, chest, mind, all boggled. It's because you have things that's in your life that you can take down, that you're scared to, but you got to step up to the plate. Step on, Jackie Wilson.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna challenge you at some point in life. You know what I mean? You're gonna get challenges because challenges that's what life gives you. Life gives you challenges, and you gotta just overcome them. You know. Exactly. You gotta learn a lot of lessons in a way. You know what I mean? Because you gotta be the best version of yourself. You know, that's the beauty of challenges in general. So, and it's crazy because it's like I think people who try to challenge you as a person, you know what I mean? They lack flaws and they admire you, but they don't think you could. They don't think they don't think you could be as They don't think you're good enough, or they lack self confidence in themselves. So, you know, depends on the terms of challenging. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? But worthy people challenge each other, so that shows you something at least, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All that.
True.
But,
shout out to Cover Boy. He's gonna be coming on in a couple of minutes. You know
okay.
what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Cover Boy. Oh yeah. Somebody say Granddaddy Flow is a dope album. Shout out to Knife Prince. Someone says love David Tour. Yeah, he was like Mike Tyson, right? David Tour. I remember him.
Yeah.
A good boxer. Things like that. All right, so we up here, man. We just chilling, having a good time. We had Steve Machat come through, Bill with us, and join up to the Podcraft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was talking about some real stuff.
Yeah.
He
people get uncomfortable when you talk real. It is good when people get uncomfortable because you need to get uncomfortable to make a change come.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think people think that deep about it. I think people are very comfortable in their lives, and they're very afraid of controversy because controversy is pretty much based off their whole life. You know, if you give them something different, they're gonna be scared or whatever. You know, they're very comfortable right now, and sometimes you have to have some uncomfortable conversations that make change. But people are so afraid of it because they don't want to change. They don't want to grow. They don't want to. They're very comfortable. I always say we gotta start thinking real deep. This is it's crazy. Like what Stephen Machat was even saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I was saying that earlier on my live. Like we could. It's almost like the answers are right in front of us. We just don't want to solve the problem. You know what I mean? We don't want to fix it. You know what I mean? We don't want to better ourselves. We don't want to do we don't want to do it because we're very selfish.
Right.
You know? Overall, we're very selfish. And we could do a lot better, as people. But we don't do it.
That's right. Talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm sending you something, AD.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a chance to see my live, I was talking about self-reflection, and I think a lot of times people focus on certain parts of themselves, but they don't go deeper within themselves. They don't look at the character of themselves. They think they're all good because they could justify it by their own experiences or whatever. But the truth is, you could always improve. That's what I look at. Like I say, I'm not perfect, but I try to improve every day on something. You know what I mean? People got a natural light to themselves, and people will rather dim your light. They rather like darken you for their own selfish desires or whatever they trying to get out of you because you're too bright, So people try to dim it down because there's too much light in you, Yeah. So I think self-reflection is very key because you gotta look at your character, you gotta look at your mental, and you gotta look at your physical health. If those things are not intact, who are you?
You gotta ask yourself. Don't sneak up on the mirror. Ask yourself. You gotta be straight up. Can't be like this right here. Go ahead, play 'em. Can't be timid. Not be like this. Too timid. Talking about you, the dog. That dog's supposed to be protecting the house.
The dog got shoes on.
Exactly. He put the shoes on him, right?
That's crazy.
I mean, he can't just be, bear paw.
You got to be the dog backwards. You got to be the guard. You said bear paw?
Bear paw.
Bear arms. That's why I was saying bears. Not to switch the subject, but we be going all over the place. But this is real though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like a smoke session. See, you can sit and you can. Smoke sessions go all over the place. But we control because we're drinking nothing but natural tea, herbs, with the oil of life. It's the oil of life. It's a jug in our head. Remember we was talking about there's a jug of oil.
The jugular.
Come on. Stop. Come on. Give him another ball for that. The jug. They be saying you jughead.
Man.
who was called a blockhead? Charlie, right?
Yeah, that was
Charlie Brown.
Who called him blockhead? Oh yeah,
Lucy called him.
No, it wasn't
said,
Lucy.
Come here, you blockhead.
Was it Lucy calling him that, or the other
Yeah,
one?
You're so stupid.
Wasn't it
blockhead.
Patty?
No, Patty was the dyke.
Oh yeah, that's so.
She said that
Right.
with the LGB. She used to call her girlfriend. Used to call her sir.
Mm-hmm.
What up, sir?
Yeah.
Patty girl. What was her name? She used to call Patty sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a cover boy in the building. We got him live on the craft. What do you bring?
Hey, what's up, Priest?
What's up, cover boy? What's good?
What's up, y'all? Can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
Peace.
That's what's up. Y'all doing all right this evening?
Doing great.
Feeling it's all right. Clap your hands this evening. Yeah, I feel good.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Priest. Shout out to you, Solomon. Shout out, AD.
Peace.
Peace.
What's good with you, my brother? What's the science?
I appreciate ain't nothing, man. Yeah, it's funny, still listening to that Forest album.
Hey.
And I see you got other projects that's like other products that's just dropping back to back. That's insane, man. Your work ethic is impeccable, Priest. I must
Thank you.
say that.
Oh man, thank you, bro. I don't know. It's just I'm inspired right now. Right now, I'm just on a go green light, and I'm just letting it go. Thank you. It's guys like you that come with the beat. You, MOB, Voltage, the whole craft. This is a different path. This is my first time ever doing this, talking, and sitting down and conversating the way we would conversate if we was in the studio or at the crib, And so it's different. It's inspiring. You get to meet a lot of people. You know what I mean? You get to talk, and you get to hear things, and it's been interesting. So I've been inspired to get my bag and stay in my lane, because once it's time to go, then I'm going to be on full green. But it's y'all that gave me the boost and the inspiration, and AD.
Yeah, I mean, likewise. I got to be honest, Priest, you got so much. You got like a Felix the Cat bag. You remember that? You remember Felix the Cat, that little black cat that had that magic bag and stuff?
Yeah, he did have a black. Pull up.
Yeah,
he did.
It was like right. He was the black one. He had that yellow bag of tricks. You don't never know what he's gonna pull out next. You never know.
Yeah, he did have the black. I remember that magic bag. Dang, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I used to love Felix the Cat too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a pretty good cartoon, man. That was a cartoon. I used to, like the cartoons from the day versus the ones back then. They're like totally different. I don't even want to get into that. But I would ask you a question, Priest, and like I've always I was pretty observant since I was a little kid,
right?
But it's like almost like the stuff I would talk about, like because I'm the youngest of 7 kids, so it's like I was the last to get my food and all of that. I couldn't speak up for myself. I had to stay in line. So if I noticed something, even though it was right, whether it be my superiors, teachers, brothers, sisters, immediate family, like I used to get checked for it.
Right.
So I used to keep things to myself. So I always said to myself, whenever I get the chance to talk to you, I will vehemently ask you a question. Because this has something to do with a lion, right?
Right.
You know how this hat right here, right?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, you see the colors.
Yeah.
You ever notice? And that's like the Ethiopian colors with the lion, right? And the Ethiopians, Rastafarians, they talk about Jah and things of that nature. I find it weird, and that's the lion's main color with the flag. You ever notice it's the same color as a traffic light? Traffic light, the same thing that guides you on the street. The back of it is black. Then you got the green, you got the red, you got the yellow. Like, what's up with that? And that's what's guiding you when it's like 3 eyes and all that.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's weird stuff right there, man. Little stuff like that I used to pick up, man.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope. Never noticed
You
that.
ever noticed that, Priest Leonard?
Yo, that's you onto something.
Yeah.
That is heavy. And it's controlling traffic.
Mm-hmm. It's wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Come on,
Little
that's what I be
stuff like
talking
that.
about, man. This is what I be
Yeah.
talking about. Minds that just get you going.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic lights. Let's say the colors again. The black background, red, green, yellow.
The black of it, because like mostly when you have like, okay, you got it like this, right? And then like the back of it is black.
Right.
And then you got the red light at the top. From that stop right there. Then you got the yellow, which means yield. Then you got green, that means go. In most demographics, most areas and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I just find that kind of strange because, and then now like the traffic lights, they got cameras and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, they watching you. Same thing with like the video game controllers back then. You was the one controlling the video game. The controller was black, then it always had red, always had green, always had yellow, you know, the same colors. And it's like, yo, what's really going on? It's like I always felt people put that stuff out there in broad daylight for you to see if you're going to catch on.
Right.
Everybody's just going to look at it for like just for it being there, but not a lot of people catch on, man. If you bring that stuff up to people, like, yo, you know, like at least when I was growing up, man, they'll put you in a mental institution. You talk about stuff like that. They say you bonkers, you crazy, you bananas. But now it's like, because people got the internet. Yeah, you got the internet now. People can say whatever they want to, and they post it on YouTube or whatever. And it's like, wow, okay, we heard it now. Okay, just because you heard it now doesn't mean that we wasn't thinking about that when we was growing up. And it's groups like Wu-Tang that put us on to stuff like that. If you want to be vehement about it, if you think about stuff like that.
I always, you have the power in your own hands to look up anything that you want. With this type of opportunity, why don't we just take it more instead of being controlled or distracted by, you can look it up, just like you said, breaking down things like that is where we need to be, you know, where we need to be. No one's going to laugh at you and make fun. People worry so much about other people validating them. They worry about everybody instead of making their point and making their point and their mark on the world, making their mark. And you wasn't afraid to do that. We didn't laugh. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's like children. They just say it. You on crack. It's like they said it. How the Joker said it, Cover Boy? He said, I don't have a plan. I just do things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You talking about the Joker? Which Joker you talking about?
That was
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. And when
Priest, man, I'm sorry. I got to be honest with you. Growing up, like always felt some kind of a way about the Joker. Like,
right.
I always felt like he was the good guy. I'm not taking nothing away from Batman, but I always felt Batman was a strange dude because the same people he going after as Batman or the Dark Knight, as Bruce Wayne, he's supplying those people with those products from Wayne Enterprises.
Something to look at.
In a way, yeah.
That's something to look at.
You're gonna shut down Mr. Freeze because he's trying to give you a happy winter or something like that. Merry Christmas. Okay, good. Let me shut you down. Let me shut down Poison Ivy because she's giving you plants. Let me shut down the Joker because it ain't a game out here. He's trying to have people laugh.
Right.
I always looked at the Joker. Yeah, the Joker. He was like, I've always felt like he was a Mexican. I gotta be honest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because
El Joker. Yeah, that's crazy.
He got that long gun. He got that long musket that the Mexicans used to have a long time ago, right?
Right.
He wear the suit. He wear the suit like that. The
zoo suits. You know the zoo suits?
He's a Joker. Yeah,
right.
The Joker. Come on, man.
Right. I know a couple of cats too named Joker. Yeah. See that. But back to your point on, I never, but that's the thing about the Dark Knight. I never really trust, Batman is not to be really trusted. You can say, I mean, kind of like works for the. He's always kicking it with. I mean, he was in love with Catwoman. Yeah, he had like a secret weird fetish that she could easily kiss him and things could happen.
Yeah, she was seductive. She was seductive.
But he'd go for it too. Like Batman, like he'd go for it. She'd just come up like, yeah, Batman, you got, and she would he would let her get all the way in her face, and he had I can get with that. I never really trust Batman, honestly. I like him, but I really never trust him. He was never really trustworthy. He got rid of Robin. I don't know what happened with Robin.
Oh, Robin.
Yeah, what happened to Robin? Why was he?
Robin becomes Nightwing.
Oh, he's
he grows older. He becomes Nightwing. You know what I mean? But there's a bunch of Robins though. So there's a bunch of Robins. There's Jason Todd. There's Tim Drake. There's a bunch of. Yeah, it's kind of weird though. He gets little kids and they become Robin. It is a little pedophile-ish. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, he had a thing. He had
it's a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
He did have a thing with within Batman that I always said. He seems like he's envy of other superheroes. Like you can help him, but he got something for you.
Oh yeah,
because he never really knows if you're really down. That's how Batman always, because he was pissed off. All he got is that lieutenant, that belt.
Yeah.
So he got to do kung fu. It's like he never got a real big break in life, but he had a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean,
the Flash asked him, "What's your superpower?" He's like, "I'm rich."
There you go.
Oh yeah, from the Justice League. You know you get that from. Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but then if him and Catwoman always got this little on and off cat and mouse relationship, you gotta look at it like this: like a rat mixed with a pigeon, with a rat and a bird mixed together, that's a bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then if you mix those two together, and the cat, which is Catwoman, always chasing the mouse, that's all it is. Batman, I always felt like he just I'm not taking anything away from him because you can learn from, but I always felt like he was Judas to an extent. He was always Judas because he just something about him was off. Maybe they empathize with him because he has no superhuman strength. He just has kung fu and tactics in his little belt. And his little wad of money. Yeah, so maybe they feel sorry for us, so they want to gear towards him a lot. And then he is the darkest one. I mean, he got the skills and everything, but nah.
Batman causing concussions. he's the darkest one. He's causing concussions, yo. Like he beat their asses. You don't understand. Like
a lot of hits though.
Out of all the superheroes, he really makes sure he breaks you down from a mental standpoint. He's a dark guy. Dark Knight.
He also take a lot of beatings.
Oh yeah, of course.
He take a lot of for a superhero. He take too many blows.
Of course.
Agreed.
Only human.
But he got that money though.
And then you got the other one. The Green Lantern. Yo, don't fall for that. Look at the logo on his chest, yo. That logo that represents that's actually a train. It's a lantern. But it's actually a train because if you read the original Green Lantern comic books, like some blue leprechauns, they were like the color of Smurfs, but they had gray hair. And they came from a spaceship, and that spaceship crashed. And they gave them that ring. And if you're talking leprechauns, you already know what region of the world that is. Right? I'm guessing Ireland or something like that, right?
R.I.P. Okay.
Right. And then the Irish and the Chinese and the Africans, they built the railroads in America. So if you're holding a lantern, if you look at a lantern head on, it looks like a train. If a train is in a tunnel and you see the old school train and stuff like that, it looks like a lantern. That's why he got that logo on his chest, and he's black and green. And his hair is that color. Yeah, because that's the Irish colors right there.
Something to think about it.
That's fine.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
That's fine. Your third eye is open.
Man.
Every now and then I try to, but I it started with me listening to Wu-Tang. Even if you look on the laptop, right? I'm on my computer laptop right now. Wu-Tang Wu-Tang was the first ones I remember talking about, like 5% Nation of Islam and things of that nature. At least for me, when I was growing up, right?
Right.
You had them other brothers that used to hand out the scroll with the all white clothes on the side of the street and stuff. I remember that when I was a little kid, but other than that, it was mostly Wu-Tang that put you on to that.
Right.
As a little kid, you hear about stuff like that. Yeah, you know, you're listening to it. But then when you get older, it start making sense. You look at the laptop, the number 5 on your laptop, what's at the top of it is 5%, right?
Right.
Like it's stuff, little stuff like that. It's like you just scratch your head, like, yeah, like what is really going on? Like, what's up with that?
I always say a lot of things are done on purpose. You just gotta recognize it.
Right.
That's the truth.
Shout out to Brand Nubian too, because they were dropping science in there. Grand Pooba.
That was true.
Yeah. So
Alamo.
Yeah. Well, we just step on the shoulders of those who came before us, and that's what it's all about. See further, or push the truth further. That's what it's about. You know, at the end of the day, binoculars. We have eyes, and then there's binoculars. Then there's the mind, which is deeper than the binocular. You see deep, but you have to know that it's out there when it comes to the thought. So that's a telescope. Then we take from binoculars to telescopes.
Yeah.
Just adding on. I feel like
So, Priest, look, ask this then. So, is it true? I'm not. Well, I don't want to say it. I hope that shows something doesn't happen if you mention this. But you know, Nikola Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure AD know about this and Solomon as well. But pretty much they're saying now, because Cuffle Boy, the type of person, and I know he's been around for a while, but when someone starts mentioning a random scientist or some guy out of nowhere, and it's like his name just randomly came up or whatever it is, it's like I start to question it. Like I'm like, you know, what's the hype about? For the most part. But from a book that I've read, I think it was a York book a long time ago. I could be wrong, but they're saying like any invention that we have now that has a TEL on it, he's the one that came up with it, like a telescope, a telephone, a television. Is that true? Because I don't know about that.
That's a good thought.
Intelligence. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. But that's interesting. I was just something I'm looking into. That's very intelling.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's something I'm gonna look into.
According to Google, it says the word like telephone is from the Greek roots tele, which means far. So telescope would be to scope something from afar. Telephone would be to call somebody from afar. So tele is Greek for far.
Telekinetic.
Yeah. Being able to move things from afar. What's that?
It got EL in it though. So in EL, that's Hebrew, right? So
you could break that down even further.
I see.
True.
No, that was L, right? And I saw a word with L, because L is power, God, right?
Elohim.
Right.
Powers. Yeah, powers. There was a word that I saw earlier. I wrote it down. I was like, man, I'm gonna start writing these words down and then bring it up, see what people think about it.
Word.
There was an L up in there, and I was like, damn, that do have an L in it. It's a lot of. I know Bible.
Bible L.
Yeah. Book of Powers. Book of L's.
I thought it was basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yeah, it has an L on it, and then not Caleb. One of these words. Oh, Eskigel. Eskigel go. Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, I was talking to AD, and I was mentioning it also to Jagger, of course. I was talking to AD. We was talking about the constellations.
Yeah.
Right, and 88 constellations, but here in the States, like we mostly focus on just the 12 signs, Leo, Sagittarius, whichever the 12 signs that they have. So I asked AD a question because we talked about this a long time ago. I was like,
there you go. Yeah.
I was like, there's 88 signs. So does that mean that there's other people? I'm guessing we can't ignore that there's other people out there that go by those other signs.
So the 12 are because they're within the ecliptic. Those are the main ones that they would speak on because those are in like the precession of the equinox. So within the eclipse, or within the equator, those are the main signs that the sun goes through, the sun path, technically. But there's still other constellations that are within the stories. So, like you'll hear in the Bible about a bear, and something like that. You know what I mean? Like they still speak on all those constellations, like within the Bible. A lot of them are just, the Bible is full of a lot of stories that are just astronomical phenomena. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the other constellations are brought up. There's also the snake, which is Ophiuchus. Technically, it's a cusp between Scorpio and Sagittarius and stuff. But yeah, they do speak on the other constellations. But the 12, which are like the 12, Knights of the Round Table, the 12 disciples of Jesus and all that, those are the main ones that are the most spoke upon because they're the ones that are represented within the seasons. The sun can be seen from our perspective, at least, of the sun passing through all of them. Like the nail on the cross in the Bible is the arrow of Sagittarius. Do you know what I'm saying? And when the sun is in Pisces, then Jesus is known as the fisher of men with 2 fish. And then when Jesus, the sun, passes through Aries, beginning of spring.
The nail on the cross?
Yeah, the nail on the cross is Sagittarius arrow. When the sun's going through Aries, then now you're talking about the Lamb of God.
Go ahead. What you want to say, Cal?
So the sun changes names throughout the Bible.
I don't know. There's a movie I saw, Killah Priest on it. It was called something like Batman and Jesus or something like that.
Batman and Jesus.
Well, it's a long time ago when Killah Priest dropped he was over there for a split second and he dropped an analogy and it got to do with the nails that you're talking about. He said, how can a guy that's a carpenter, well, he didn't say a guy verbatim, but he was like, how can a man that worked as a carpenter and the carpenter used woods and nails, he get nailed on the cross, which is made with wood, and he gets nailed with it. And I'm like, who thinks about stuff like that?
Yo, Priest brings up some interesting points that I've never thought of, man.
Yeah, notice that.
Priest has a very interesting, intelligent mind.
Yeah.
But you're right.
That's real. Yeah. Man, it's just it's ironic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ironic, man. You're a carpenter and then you die from a nail and hammer. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's all it's all add up when you really look into it. That's why it's like looking into. You can't look at the surface. It's always beneath the surface and looking a little bit deeper. Now what you see is what you don't see. It's the part of going deeper into it and get another meaning to it. Just like, smoking trees. Smoking trees, that doesn't mean that I'm smoking trees. It's weed, right? Small is very small.
Right.
I work Mondays and Tuesdays. Word. Not at the same time, though. Different days, it goes deeper into it. First ending, second batter. You can go into things. Man, I'm into this game. I just got to the game for the second quarter.
Yeah.
There's layers to everything, so just look into the layers.
Yeah. Speaking of the second quarter, what you think about football season coming up?
Oh shit,
cover boy.
Here we go.
You know what, Solomon, to be honest with you, I feel like the Jets are going to do something serious this year.
Okay.
I feel it. I do. I find it strange how, and I said this the last time I was on, Brett Favre left the Packers over Aaron Rodgers and the organization and went to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers left the Packers because of another quarterback that they just signed. I forgot his name. Light-skinned brother.
Love.
Right?
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now he on the Jets. Like, stuff like that don't happen out of nowhere, man. That doesn't happen. Like, that's not a coincidence. This is another thing that you said last time we was on the show. Well, I was on the show. You was right about that simulation stuff, Solomon. This is like around 2016 or something like that, 2017. And I was in Asia at the time, and I'm watching the NBA because it's a time difference. It's 10 minutes. Like if it's 8 o'clock at night where y'all are, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So I would catch basketball on the internet before I go to work, connect my laptop to the flat screen TV. Real nice flat screen TV. I think it was called I think it was a Hitachi or something like that. I don't know. But I'm watching the game, the NBA game. And it's almost as if it was a PS4 or a PS5. And somebody was playing it in the background. And they made you believe that those were the actual players. And then when somebody gets fouled, this is what I was thinking. Somebody's playing a PS4 or PS5 and they're hooking it up to a national screen and they're pumping crowd noise in there. And it's really not the players that you're watching. It could be the players doing their own skill set on the joystick because they know how they move. And if you look at 2K, they know they got it to a T. They got it locked down. They got it down to where they know their every move, right? Somebody gets fouled. What they do is this. All right, everybody stop. Then they'll stop. Then they'll take like a water jug and like squirt squirt water on their face and all that. And give the real players towels, and they run out and act like they sweating and stuff like that, man. I thought I was the only one that noticed that. I thought it was only me. But you're on something. You're on something. They were moving like 2K a little bit too much, and it's not the graphics of the flat screen TV. I know it wasn't.
Yeah, I've been noticing that every now and then. Like you see players stand up at the same time. You know what I mean? Like doing the same dance moves. It's little things. You know what I mean? I pay attention to those things. I'd be like, it's kind of interesting to see that. You know what I mean? Because people say we're in real life, but like I'd be like, yo, that's kind of a little simulated. Like how do they know they're gonna do the same exact thing at the same time? You know what I mean? Do they rehearse that? Like, come on, it's something to think about. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's done on purpose. Like sometimes it'll just be players doing the same gesture, same motion. Crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Wow.
I don't know, but I started noticing the game. Something was off with the game that year. The Lakers, the NBA in particular. Well, I kind of knew that with Jordan, man. I knew that with Jordan because I'm not taking anything away from Jordan, but I just, in my opinion,
Jordan River.
I don't know. I saw something before where you know that picture where they got Jordan dunking the basketball? When he's at the dunk contest and he got the ball.
Yeah, you talking about the thing that's supposed to be, that should be the logo.
Oh,
they still got West up there.
Yeah.
West of Jordan.
Right. They were putting that, and maybe AD would know something about this. They were saying Jordan doing that dunk has something to do with the human brain because the human brain has to do with a bull or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. And like the bull is Michael Jordan's team. Something along those lines.
Yeah, the bull was a symbol of the first God. Jordan is a river. Shout out to Jordan River Banks. But Jordan is a river that runs through Jerusalem, that runs in Jerusalem. And the bull in Mesopotamia was the symbol of the god back then, right? So Jordan being the god of basketball, we just flown off the top. It makes sense that he was on the Bulls. What was his number?
23. The Taurus is 5.
Power.
2 and 3. May.
Yeah. All right, so May they, like you said, so 2 and 3 is 5. That's power. right? That represents the number in power.
Yeah, power uses a
Yeah, I heard something like that. But yeah, I see what you're saying. So Jordan, which is the god of all basketball. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But he's a terror when it comes to the Knicks. Right? So you might like, oh, he's the god, but when he comes towards the Knicks, he's the devil.
Yeah.
Raining down on you with shots.
That's crazy.
Jordan was the god, but he was the devil towards the Knicks and towards any other team. There's a lot of people that play with Jordan.
Yeah.
We only say a couple of names. Big. Shout out to Ceaseless. Making it green. Is that green? I'm colorblind. Is that blue?
That's the
That's
same
green.
color as my shirt.
Yeah, aqua.
Yeah.
Making it aqua.
Yeah, a lot of those teams, a lot of the names and the logos, they got to do with biblical stuff, or they got to do with like Greek mythology. Like you remember the Jets back then, they were the Titans, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
journey
So you
in.
already know, right? You already know what a Titan is. I mean, you got the New York Giants. The Giants is what Mr. Machat was talking about today, the fallen angels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's the New York Giants. There.
Nephilims.
Right.
Sons of Anak. I'm back. Shishaya, Anaya, and I think it was Tia. They was like, damn, this is tall as hell.
Yeah.
Couldn't deal with them.
Yeah.
Everybody go kung fu fight. They would have broke them in pieces out there.
The
Looking for
Phoenix,
some.
the Phoenix Cardinal, that's a pope right there, because it's the Archbishop, the Pope, right?
Yeah, what you said? Yeah.
The Phoenix Cardinals, well, they're Arizona now, but the Phoenix Cardinals, they got that cardinal, like the Cardinal Pope, the little red bird and stuff like that.
Wow, yo. Boy, you got your eye, man. Your eye is incredible. See anything. The Cardinals.
Yeah, is there really Cardinals in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Is there really Cardinals in Phoenix?
Back in the days, yes, Solomon, they were the Phoenix Cardinals, and then I think they was St. Louis too, but they changed the bird. I don't like that new bird they got now, man. I like the old bird because, like, at least he looked intimidating. That new bird they got now, he looks so sleek, man. I don't like that. Like, he all sleek and serious.
Well, that's half the logos nowadays. Like, half the logos is not as serious. Because I remember the Jaguars, when the Jaguars first came out, that Jaguar was more fierce. They got like a cleaner Jaguar now. I'm trying to think of another.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right, like he looked like an Angry Bird. The little Jaguar looked like a little Angry Bird cartoon. Like, I don't take him seriously.
Yeah, it is a stupid logo. It's
And
like that claws coming out. What about the Dolphins? Dolphins, to me, Dolphins was never mean. Oh, maybe if you were sardines or maybe a little fish, but Dolphins.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was
They had
the Miami Sharks.
Dolphins had to do with what zodiac sign is the fish? That's Pisces.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dolphin had that fish, and then he had the sun behind it. But I never understood why a dolphin. If you remember the old logo when Bob Greasy and what's his name, Dan Marino and those guys was there, that dolphin had a helmet on. What is he doing wearing a helmet? Like, that never made any sense to me. With a smile on his face, he ain't look right.
Right.
Yeah, they did. It was kind of corny back in the day.
That's the Pisces. That's fire.
Yeah, it do look. Yeah, that's the old logo. Yeah, that do look kind of corny when you think about it. The helmet on the on the spout.
Yeah, it don't even really fit his head right.
Nah, see?
Dolphins don't need a helmet. Did it have like an orange sun around it?
Yeah, dude got orange sun. Yep.
Yeah.
Miami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Miami never won a ring, right? I'm bugging.
Miami Heat. That's
Dolphins won every game. They got a Super Bowl. They're the only team that won a Super Bowl and won everything. Never lost.
Yep.
Perfect record.
Larry Zonka.
Yeah,
okay.
They're on that record.
Laces out.
Man.
Shout out to
Brian Douglas for that one.
Yeah.
Room, I hope you get fixed. He said he's broken. What is it? A spiritual thing? Hope you put all the pieces together, man. Humpty Dumpty style, man. Don't worry about it. If you things fall apart, but they will come back together. Just like that wave, you know, when that boat go through that ocean, it splits it, but the chi and the energy in the water brings it back together, keeps everything moving just right. No matter the currents of the wind blows, right?
Then it creates a tide wave.
There you go. Rock creates the ripple comes out. But then after that, goes back to peace, calm. So whatever you're going through right now, you know, you'll get through it.
That's
You will.
Super chat from Stranger says dolphins are savage, closely related to wolves.
Damn. Oh, never heard that before in my life. Damn, shit.
The real dolphins?
They got that sonar technology. Like biological technology. They're born with that. Sonar.
What dolphins are mammals?
Look at that. They are.
I thought it was whales. Wasn't that whales?
But
yeah. No, he's
holding
right.
that back for the last gunner.
Oh, okay.
But he's right.
Dolphins are mammals.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have hips. They said that yeah, I guess you're right. If you look at it like they're very intelligent, but they're not savages to humans. They're not I guess you could say that they're very smart and they can be like that to sardines.
They had their own show. Remember Flipper?
Man, love that show.
Wow. Yeah.
My cousin, R.I.P., didn't eat fish because he told the TV not to do anything. They did it anyway.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my cousin. R.I.P. That's why he didn't eat fish.
Dolphins, yo.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that. I guess you're definitely right on that. But look, we're gonna take it. We're gonna move on to get to the music. I'm glad you're here, bro. So you can share this experience together. Thank you again to Steve Machat for coming through. And one of my favorite parts, if you're ready, AD, let's move on to the music.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
All right, it's about that time for that
It's Leo time.
song promotion. Let's go.
Where now recording that?
Song promotions.
Yeah.
You did great, cover boy. Yeah, insight. Yeah, insight is crazy. Yeah,
That was a little sports segment featuring
that's
Cover
what we
Boy.
want to start doing.
Yeah.
What we called it?
People like it. You know, we get according to the analytics, like people come on and they stay when they hear sports happening. I see.
Yes.
It's interesting to see the pattern going on.
Exactly.
That's dope.
I got some herbal tea back. I wouldn't take none of this shit. So have you tripping.
Yeah, you got to be careful with some teas, man.
No, this tea right here has got THC in it.
This tea right here?
Yeah. The tea right here?
That tea right here.
You just add 2 cups of boiling water, and this will have you on some. I got mushroom oil.
Oh, Lord.
I got DMT.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus. Only imagine.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Now they just give me. I didn't say I was taking it.
It's too hot to be tripping.
Hey, mushroom oil.
Mm.
Brought to you by.
I like doing mushrooms in the winter time.
Huh?
In the winter time.
Wintertime.
That's when I do. That's when I used to do mushrooms like every year. It's a good reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mental reset. It's
For
like
the New Year's?
no, like around February or so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's nice.
Interesting.
I think that's probably because when they're most available, at least for me.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Get magic
They used
mushrooms.
to. They used to have this thing. It was like Whole Food out here in LA, and so when we was doing the Woogle, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go in there, and there was so much weed. It was like a weed convention.
Mm-hmm.
And you just walk around, and they have everything. This one dude had bags of mushrooms. So like, big bags of mushrooms. And it was on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said now because it's over with.
Yeah.
So I think COVID messed it up, but it was so much. I was like, damn. So I bought somebody, I won't say his name, but they was like, yo, what the hell? Is this place infested with cops? I said, no, man, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Only in Cali. In parts of Denver.
Crazy. Shout out to Denver.
Shout out to Steve. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Our first submission is from Cap Jones.
Peace.
Here,
Still on.
let me lower this real quick. All right.
All right, we'll plug you right
Production by Gamma Rad. Name of the song is called All But Gone Away. Here we go. MP3.
I'm really very clever right now.
Hundreds of people have asked me a simple question. Why was I born in the first place? That's a good start. From that time on, they get worse.
Cap and Gammo, yeah, we do it like this. And if you think you got us both pinned down, then you miss, cause it's simple arithmetic. 603 score 6. The beast put mercury in the fish. Supplied it and fried it. Fluoride the pineal gland calcified it. Put us online, secrets confided. They keep a watchful eye on you and I. Promote the headlines in disguise so they divide. I wonder if things will ever get to changing, cause hustle beats talent depending on who's playing. Well, I'm not playing and Gambo got a straight face. AC/DC upper lip like a neck brace. Super stiff, nothing ever comes easy. And when I speak the truth, they don't believe me. But what is music without a message? Gamma is the fulcrum and together we bring the leverage. Keep the message the same. To maintain presence of mind and stay sane. Cause the world is all but gone away. It's all but gone away. Now we keep the message the same. To maintain presence of mind and stay sane. Cause the world is all but gone away. It's all but gone away. Crystals surround my sound is abundant. It wards off negative thoughts that bring reluctance. The stench is pungent, I won't front. They got us all out on this cracked out goose chase treasure hunt. Chasing money while you beg for a break. Long enough to brag on and go through what you made, And it's all by design. The version of you that's inside is not what you're told by corporate advertising. Since birth, self-worth hinging on the money you make and the stupid shit you buy. They distract the mind's eye to the point we don't see. They took away the alchemy. See a resection of divine energy directly derived from the collective mind called the universe. We all must traverse the reverse and get back to a way of life that works and be healthy. Now we keep the message the same. To maintain presence of mind and stay sane. Cause the world is all but gone away. It's all but gone away. Now we keep the message the same. To maintain presence of mind and stay sane. Cause the world is all but gone away. It's all but gone away.
Hey, Cap Jones.
I was like, yo, that sound like Cap.
Yeah. Now, it was my bad because I guess we played this already on Monday, but what had happened was I got his payment late, so I thought, oh shit, I got a late payment. I got to make sure I play Cap Jones first on Wednesday. But it's just the way it worked. But it's all good. We got to play it twice. It was a dope track, so it was worth it. So fire. So we can just judge it again. What y'all think of that?
Yeah, I was thinking that I heard that again.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I heard this one. But yeah, you know, like I said, like Cap Jones is doing his thing. You know what I mean? Gamma Rad do their thing. Great combo. You know what I mean? So it works out. It's fire.
Fire as usual. Dope MC. I love it. I love what I'm hearing. Incredible.
Yeah.
Cover boy.
You like that, Cover Boy?
I like it. Most definitely. Like, it just reminds me of you remember that Redman video? It was a video he had back in like 94, 95. It was called Funkorama. You remember that video?
I don't.
It was a black and white. It was just gray, black and white the entire time, and it was the winter time. That's the type of energy that song gives me, the type of aura that it gives me. So, yeah, it kind of takes me back a little bit. Scale of 1 to 10, beat and the lyrics together, I give it an 8.9 out of 10.
Nice. All right. Next up, we're going to play FG Postmortem from Long Island, New York, Orlando, Florida. He's got a track here called Crypto Goyim, produced by Canopy. Go.
It's time. Boil some water real quick. Let's get our tea out. AD, put this on.
Done.
Live.
Yeah.
This FG post-mortem, the crypto goyim. Take you on a joyride without a whip or car, son. Feeling like it's 1994. With souls of mischief, a far side, bruh. Got dumb rhymes, but the bar's wise, though. But y'all won't get it like inside joke. The crypto goyim leave your mind blown. Like the Pope collecting pineal gland pine cones. Think they got immortal techniques, sipping adrenochrome. Y'all kids just listen to dance with the devil sniffing coke. I found that noise at Fat Beast 20 years ago. After he got out of prison, dropped off copies at the store. Hear the sleigh bells, but no Santa Claus. Make you lose control like a door, you're slipping on banana peel. The truth don't give a fuck about how you feel. That's how we sold millions without a dare. The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? Who do this for the crypto goyim? Who feels like he got rich off unemployment? Who jack beats and gives no royalties? Cause this music is strictly for your enjoyment. More than rust, not of this world, fam. That you think is a globe and evolve from monkeys. Y'all can chomp on a chunk of blue cheese, eating wings, watching fools all over movie. He do this for the crypto goyim, trying to save children from calling girlfriends boyfriends. Who drop the antidote instead of poison, but add your bitch coochie sounds to the ad-lib noises. Just another day of recording, documenting life cause it's important. Much more than making a fortune. This for the souls of the unborn who got aborted. The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim.
Who that? What man?
Who do this for the crypto goyim? The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim?
Remember what man?
The crypto goyim, the crypto goyim. Who do this for the crypto goyim?
Thought I saw one.
That's a catchy hook.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? Cryptovoyum?
Cryptogoyim.
Cryptogoyim.
How can you forget? It's Cryptogoyim.
Interesting hook. Yeah, I mean, I got not much to say about it. I think it's cool. It was catchy. You know what I mean? I got into it. There's some adjustments I'd make in the mastering, but I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it's cool. I liked it. I liked it because it was catchy. The hook caught me into it. I thought it was cool. What you think?
Yeah, shout out to FG Postmortem. I know he's been submitting. He's been doing his thing, and you know, I like it because I could hear him out clearly. You know what I mean? Definitely enjoy that. You know what I mean? He got a message in every track. So, and you know what I mean? He's very creative in his videos. Like, so it's not much more I can say. He's dope. You know what I mean? Like, he's into something new and something conscious, and that's dope. You know what I mean? Good message behind that. You know.
I like it, man. It's dope. Crystal Goyim.
The Cryptogoyim.
Cryptogoyim. Yeah, the hook was very, I mean, it made me start asking about it. I like how everything was flowing in the song. And keep it coming, bro. Word. Been hearing you for a minute.
What do you think, Cover Boy?
Yeah, I like it. I like how he makes the noise sound like that. The noise on the beat. He gives it that 94, 95 feel.
Yeah, like, come on.
Right. You know,
You
I
can
speak
get with
to that
this.
brother.
You can get with that.
I speak Black Sheep. Yeah, I speak to that brother sometimes on the on Instagram and everything. I think he's from Nassau County. I could be wrong. Nassau County.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. I always like his music. Hempstead, I think, Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's a good dude. But the track, I love it. He reminds me a little bit of the dude Evidence from Dilated People, but then you mix, is it R.A. the Rugged Man? You mix those two together. That's what I hear. But I love it. Love it. Love all his music.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yo, let me give a RIP to Shanae O'Connor.
Oh yeah.
Passed away today. Oh man, there's just so many people, and a quick recovery for LeBron James' son,
Mm-hmm.
who suffered a heart attack. Where the goop?
I heard that.
Yeah.
Man.
A little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Little Kim?
No.
Oh yeah,
kid.
18 years old. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Goop is real.
All right. Next up, we got DJ Vulture with a track called "Goddamn."
Why does that sound familiar?
What? Goddamn.
That sounds...
Clap your hands this evening.
He got the New York setup right there.
Yeah. Going down. Grab your tea.
Hey, I always love some turntablism.
Yeah.
That's fire. I like it. Shout out to DJ Vulture from Detroit, Michigan.
No doubt.
That was cool. I like it.
Yeah, that was a fun. That was very fun. You know what I mean? I could see some I could see people dancing on that. You know what I mean? Dancing and like a good party.
Good,
you know, it's
good
like
scratching.
Very appropriate for the summertime. I think that's very appropriate for the summer. So that's definitely dope.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
I like what the Andromeda said. He called him Darth Vader.
Darth
It's
Vader.
It's dope. Also, shout out to Big Da Vinci. I know him as A.K. Priya Little Da Vinci. He put out a single or something I heard today. I was like, yo, spitting fire on it. Beautiful. Inspiration. It's crazy. So shout out to him. If y'all on Instagram, go check him out. It's fire. So there's a little bit of that stuff we heard, I think, but he got something coming. Darth Vader, that's what I'll say to it. I heard the scratching is like psychopunk hip hop. Put it in that type of genre, and that was dope, man. Keep it coming. Shout out to Hybrid. He put it Hybrid Cypher. He made it blue from all the way from the UK. It says though there's Electra and the 5% group, Brand Nubian KMD.
Hey.
Note Electra. Had a 5% group, Brand Nubian KMD. That's right.
What you do about that, cover boy?
You talking about what Hybrid Cypher said, or the last song that played?
Oh, the last song that was played.
Oh,
Either
okay.
or if you want to make a comment.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Brand Nubian had Electra. They had Old Dirty Bastard too. They had Old Dirty Bastard as well.
Another god.
Yeah, he was on that tip too. But with the song that played, it reminded me of some B-boy stuff. Like you could break dance to that. I could break dance to that. I can't go wrong with that. It was pretty dope.
Clap your hands. Oh. You said you could break the clap your hands this evening. I keep saying that. It's all right. Clap your hands this evening.
All right. We got a submission from someone named Coverboy.
Oh. Hey, wonder who's that?
Hey, that ain't me. Yo, straight up and down. I gotta say this, Priest, let me tell you something.
Who's this covering? What is it about?
It says because it's a form people fill
Oh, he's
out.
doing a cover of or something.
It says Cover Boy right here.
Priest, that ain't
well,
me.
let's listen to this.
Let's hear that.
It's not you.
Because you know what? I'm starting to notice, Priest, is like people like they send stuff and say, "Oh, that's Cover Boy." That
It don't be you.
And it's not me. Yo, stop it. Stop it, man.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Let's go.
All right, it's called Under the Bridge. Here we go.
Oh.
Okanini. What's her name? Did she ever hit you
Login
with that?
failed. Password denied. You have one attempted remaining. Password accepted. Login successful. Good evening, Mr. Humber. Most exalted, handsome, perfect and magnificent. Suprema, world traveler, beat maker, producer extraordinaire, the one and only Cover Boy.
This is Bowser music.
Huh?
It's Bowser music.
Who?
Bowser?
Sounds like you know who. Yo. You guys want to go to the mall? Hey.
I think it's a good beat.
Rated 10 out of 10.
Good day, gentlemen. Bond here, James Bond.
Oh, this is
May I take this opportunity to congratulate you on your
Talk to us.
acceptance to the service as a junior
Show like
agent,
this, you know what I mean?
a position I'm sure you're no doubt aware
It's a
carries
story.
considerable responsibility. But you are security cleared to receive classified information up to grade 4. I can only stress how important it is to national security. If we are to maintain our ability to thwart the plans of evil organizations, such as those we have nipped in the bud recently, from disrupting our society, it is important you remain in peak physical condition. So don't neglect your daily exercise.
The Grand Wizard Cover. BOE Bobo
Hit
Boy.
that like.
Boy.
Cover boy. Oh, man. Need rapid fire on this one. Come on. Stroll down the block. Right?
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, he spits it.
Delmo, put on them ham hocks. All right. Don't you burn them
Clap
now.
your hands this evening.
Babasita,
Feel all right.
put on them
Clap
beans,
your
baby.
hands this evening.
Raymond George, put on that bread, baby. Give me a little soul, baby. Where's that? It's gonna be all right. Ham hocks, red, ham hocks, red beans, ham hocks, red beans.
Hey, turkey.
Cornbread.
Ham hocks. Gotta do some turkey hop. All right, Brad said, Cover Boy, this is my favorite beats of yours. Chin Chin.
It was cool.
Turned it blue for a review. But that wasn't you.
No, that wasn't.
That was fire.
I think
That's
I
only
think from working with me, you know the type of sound I have.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'm not trying to be mean to the person that's doing this, but at the same time, I will speak adamantly and vehemently. Those beats were trash. Thank you for sampling.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for sampling a beat that I used on an album that I produced just a snippet of it. Thank you for using it and making me relevant, because that means you give me a click and a like every time you click on it. You're talking about a dude that got 123 subscribers on YouTube, but I'm on like 5 Wu-Tang albums. I must be that far for them to try to jack my style like that. Come on, man.
It's on.
What are we talking about here?
Speaking of minds. It's real.
Man.
Yeah, the jig is up. The jig is up, yo.
What we doing here?
I don't know. We got some controversy.
Man.
Sounds like a cover. Sounds like a cover.
That's funny.
Like, we know who's doing it. We know who's doing it, but that means I'm on that person's mind. They got pictures of me, cover boy. She or she, whoever it is. What we talking about? Yeah, but whoever that was, we know. Thank you for your $25. You should have saved it, and when it got you, like some confetti and a snow cone and had a tick attack parade. Your 3 minutes of fame is over. You're done for the day. Hit the bricks.
Oh man, it's like a battle going on.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he go out? I don't want to bring that up, but
I know.
they came back fire. Oh, who's this?
It was good though. I remember. I know what you were gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Hybrid Cypher says the first one was a clip of one of Coverboy. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, who said that?
Hybrid Cypher. Hybrid Cypher.
So that wasn't Coverboy.
Right.
No, that wasn't. No, there's somebody else.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know who it is.
I like it.
I'm not gonna spoil it for the people that don't know, but I know who it is. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know you recognize.
Our next submission is a returning artist. Her name is Angie Blove.
Hey, let's do it.
Angie B. Love.
Angie B. Wait a minute. Hold on. The singer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
And she's from Chicago, and the name of the song is called
Shot Town. We'll be out there on 13th. We'll be out there on the 4th on my birthday. Be out Shot Town.
Nice.
So are we gonna be doing Zoom? Zoom, where are you?
Name of the song is Come Together.
Hey y'all, welcome to Angie's Space. It's been so long. Check me out. I'm rocking my daughter's hat. She decorated this for me, support us. We're coming very, very soon. Okay, check me out though. Ooh, come together as a people, can we? Yo, a little bit of poetry I just wrote, Guess what? Yo, I'm jazzy, I'm spazzy, I'm filled with motivation. That knowledge with some understanding got me facing self. I see it clearer looking in the mirror. It's the God in me. I do this for the love and not myself. Blessings overflow and I acquire wealth. I'm rich up in my spirit. I ain't slaving for the cream. My dream, they team and want to take it from me. I'm sonic booming love till they hate me and adore me. Who's for me? For us. There's judgment in the waters. But throwing stones will leave you dancing with the glass daughters. They break because fake isn't artificial. Shattering because there is no substance in the mental, cerebral. Could we go together as a unit and walk in unity as a people? Let's do it. Ooh, come together as a people. Can we come together? Ooh, as a people. Yeah. Thank you. Be loved.
Nice.
What we talking? Guys be scared.
That was cool. She got a great voice. You know what I mean? I kind of want to hear that like mixed together and everything. So, Angie, if you send me the stems, send me that beat. And then send me that audio too. I can actually use this audio. I could mix that and master it and send it back to you. You know what I mean? Sounds good. We could work with the audio from that video. I think it sounds cool. I liked it. What y'all think?
Yeah, I can't wait till she records it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was dope. That was dope. You know, very talented singer. I like the bars I was throwing in there too. Yeah, definitely dope. I can't wait till she records it. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You think that?
Very cute. She was very beautiful, very cute, very sensual. I love the singing. I love the heart behind it. You know, she could have did anything. You could tell it was from a genuine place, and it was full of love. Full of love, and I felt every bit of it. And GB, we would be out in those cities. Out there, GB. What you think, Cover Boy?
I love it. And see, that's the element about the Podcraft that I like. Like everything isn't all about hip hop. Like you got Guam, Guam. AD does this.
Guam.
Guam does the Jamaican fusion. Solomon does spoken words, although I'm pretty sure he raps too. Salinas, he brings a Latino music. Everything ain't about rap. What that sister did was beautiful. It's very impeccable, and her voice glitters. So, yeah, salute.
Nice. All right. Looks like we got only one more to go. This one is from Tobra from Houston.
Tobra.
Remember Tobra?
From Houston.
This track is Beat Tape Volume 1.1.
Yes, well. That shot at me.
You got the shirt. Yeah, you got the shirt on.
I give you a lot of money, man. That's not enough.
You won't admit.
Oh, who said that?
That's in the beat.
I thought AD was saying that.
You won't admit.
Oh, that's nice. Summertime right here. Yeah. High Bread said, play something. This is it right here. Summertime. Right here, right, Cap? Yeah. Then he put, what you call that when you put that fusion on it? Like underwater.
I like the snare. Nice.
Man.
All right.
Was
Not bad. I like the
I was trying to send you this beat. I'm sending you this thing while the beat was playing.
I like the second one and I like the last one. It kind of reminds me of the style of Cover Boy, but it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way it was using samples that
Especially
were
that one.
Yeah, somewhat maybe of like a 70s or the 80s time period. But I also do like the drums that they layered on top. Do you know what I mean? Kind of, it was an interesting groove going on. It was unique in that way. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I noticed his style is more like a anime music video. It's like you know, like since he was going with more old school, it was more old school type of sounds with. So that was definitely dope. You know, I liked all of them. They was very fire. You know what I mean? But it was good. I think that's good for any artist, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely dope, yo. That was crazy. I love that last one.
Yeah, the last one was dope.
Yeah, the last one was like, yeah, it did remind me of a Cover Boy joint. Space Wave. Yeah. Might have to throw that to the Royal Priesthood. The word. That was fire. I like that.
Yeah. What'd you think, Cover Boy?
Yeah, need I say more? The first thing I thought when I heard it, I was like, oh, let me guess. They're gonna say I made this one too. That's exactly what they're gonna say. I made Priest. You know the funny part about it? They think I made Fox Chase off of the Forest album. They think I made Fox. Till this day, I just told them to believe that.
That's funny.
No doubt.
But yeah, I enjoyed the song. That's something I can vibe off to. Killah Priest, like he told it how it is. Like that's a summer song, especially that last one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Next one up. I had a couple that I wanted. Is that the last one?
Well, that's it for the song promotion segment until we start playing whatever you have.
All right.
But thanks to everyone who submitted. All those songs are going to be in the description so you guys can follow those artists.
Well, they're in the building. So, ladies and gentlemen, just play the last one. I wanted you to play the ones before that, but the music went off. But this is number one, the Centipede.
Our cake.
Yeah. Number one, the Centipede. For y'all try to front on cats.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call this number one, the Centipede.
Oh shit.
Let's get busy. Insect versus animal. Was it arachnoid? Got more venom.
Priest like watching Animal versus.
Yeah, who got more venom? Let's go.
Oh shit.
Let's go. Let's go. Number one. I'm number one, the Centipede.
Dang. So the centipede won against the snake.
Let's go.
That's a scary ass centipede.
I told you they fast.
That's the centipede you would see on an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. Centipedes are fast, yo.
Okay, I can only watch so much.
Number one, that Centipede. Yeah, you can turn it on.
Oh Lord.
Make me itchy.
Why? Because he's getting into his face? They in jail.
Nah,
it gets to a point where you start,
50. Now,
you
can
start
turn
to
it
feel
off.
bad
You can
for
turn it
the
off.
snake. It's like, come on, snake. I was rooting for you.
You know, the crazy thing about that is that the centipede is armored up. You got that like a head. It's a scary thing. We lucky it's little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would-
they could be bigger though.
Yeah.
They could
But
be
I
bigger.
actually seen it. Shout out to Wolves. You remember Wolf had him in his crib. And they had one. That I don't know if it was hungry or not, but he dropped, you know how you drop the crickets? He dropped like 5. What can I think of? It said each one, and it was just eating them up like crazy.
Like a blender?
Centipede is nothing to play with.
Man.
Talking about
Well,
Wu-Tang
Priest,
Clan, ain't nothing.
Priest, who would win between the centipede and the scorpion, though?
That's a good one. I got the centipede.
Me too.
I got the centipede against everybody. I got the centipede against everybody. The praying mantis be putting in work, but I think the centipede, because they got that armor on it, the praying mantis are putting in work. The hornet, I got the centipede. I must say, it's hard to give up the mantis because the mantis just be ready to fight. But I think the centipede. I think that's why it's number one in the 5 deadly venoms.
Okay.
You say what you want, but I'm
good.
number one.
That's
What
a
he
good.
said?
That's a good. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good say. You just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to say that. Okay.
He told them all. He said, "You can say whatever you want, but remember, number one."
Yeah, you might be
The
right
toad
about
beat
that.
the hell out of him, but
No, they.
but he put it on. No, he put the toad had to put it on him. He put it on the centipede, but the centipede was cocky.
Yeah.
The toad had to beat that nigga into submission.
Yeah.
Turned him into the cops. I think he was mad at that. Told the snake.
Yeah.
The snake was like, all right.
Who they did dirty again? Who they jumped again? That was
They did the they did the toad the worst. They did the toad real dirty
They
because
jumped him,
suffocated.
right? Yeah.
They suffocated the toad. If you ain't watch the 5 Deadly Venoms, but the way they did the toad is because the snake was so evil the way they did the toad. That's why they had to do him dirty like that. Because he beat the crap out of the centipede. Yo, centipede tried all of that stuff. He was like, boom. They got him.
Yeah.
They got him back. 5 Deadly Venoms, y'all. One of the dopest. Yeah. And we got to remember, the only rich one, they said, where's the treasure? He was looking for the treasure. The only rich one. The only one that had money was the snake.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't see that. But the scorpion would come to the snake and give him philosophy a lot. And drop jewels on the snake. And the snake was scared of him.
Socrates' philosophies.
Yeah, hypotheses. 5 Deadly Venoms. Watch that movie. Learn a lot.
Yeah.
He said, it was 5 of them, and one of them knew all of their styles. See, they didn't know that the little lizard, he didn't have to choose the lizard. He just chose because the lizard was like, him and the toad, he was a drunk though.
Yeah.
He liked to drink. Him and the toad, they would get together and drink.
Well, that's when you got the benefit.
You saw that, right? I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like the last one had the youngest one, the main character.
Yeah.
That's he had the benefit of watching all of them.
Yeah.
He said the master said it. Damn, this is
Poison Clan. Their name was the Poison Clan.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. That's crazy.
You saw that, right, Cover Boy?
Still got it till this day. Still got it.
The Poison Clan rocks the world. What he said, one of the greatest movies. That's right, Cap Jones. He said, you go out there and you find them. If you said if they evil, kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Just told him like that, yo. They evil, kill them. But he couldn't do that because them niggas was beyond supreme evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
You ready?
Well, I want to thank Steve Machat for coming through. I want to thank Cover Boy for coming through and covering a lot of stuff. He cover a lot on the music, on sports and things of that nature. I want to thank everybody who came to the podcast. Without y'all, nowhere. We got a lot of. Oh, hold on. And I want to shout out to Footprints. We got the YDB.
Mm-hmm.
YDB shoes, and we also got Killah Priest skateboard. We got the sponsors coming. You know what I'm saying? Sponsored by FP Footprints.
Hey.
Let's say that right. Let me read that. Let me make sure.
We're also
right.
going to be promoting a Shit Legit company.
Yes, we're gonna be doing
starting on Monday.
Exactly. So we're gonna be Shit Legit it up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
that shit's powerful, yo.
Yep. Shit, I took some this morning.
I had to cycle off of it.
Damn. I can only imagine.
Yep. Hold on, let me see. R.I.P. Today was Mrs. Bobby Brown, daughter, passed away.
Oh wow.
A lot of people passing,
That's
man.
3.
No. Imagine.
Well, she passed away before though. She already passed away, right? Not today. Well, you know.
Today, but not.
Yeah. I get you.
All right. Okay. That's it, man. I want to thank all the everybody for the Podcraft. Oh, shout out to all to Oracles and to the architects. Now we got started a little late today, but we'll be back.
Overkill asking about the Forest vinyl.
Who?
Overkill.
Oh, what? The Forest Final?
Forest vinyl.
Oh yeah, soon come. I just ran into a little bit of but it's coming. It's coming. That's coming, and we also have the Vedic Vape Room. We're gonna have that in CD and in vinyl also.
So you'll be able to pre-order the CDs on Monday.
Yeah, trying to figure out when we're gonna drop it, but it's in there. It's gonna be a date soon, very soon. That's not up to y'all, but it's gonna come. Might come out tomorrow.
What?
Whole album, just.
All right.
Wouldn't that be something?
All right.
It would definitely be something.
I know. Well, Shout out to y'all, man. We want to say peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Hey.
Peace.
See y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Catch me, yo.
Lord, son, war drums, sword swung. No matter how many die, more comes. Vagabonds, whoredom, the wrath of God is awesome. Those of you who speak with forked tongue, you chose the beast insecure ones. I rose to my feet from the poor slums, like a god of Greece made of porcelain. When I, priest, distributed the destinies, I made me the inspector of the cosmos. Heavenly, I proclaim again and again the great radiant bull. The deities protect me as I close my lids. My name should be God forbid. Rewrite the sarcophagus. And real gangsters light your cigars to this. Marvelous, know thyself. The cobra's help, like Aaron's staff, preparing my craft. Close to hell, the magician's tomb. My wrist is consumed. I've written your doom. Brazen serpent, raised in worship. Then the Hajj turns back to a rod. Switch the mic like trick cards. Ishtar, a moody Demuzi. I run over planets for big yards. We accompany you to your journey to the netherworld. Ice is water, 2 tons of fun. All the weather girls, just us, dimensional. Messages are subliminal. Shout out to Brother J, Blackwatch. I just listened to them the other day. Take your time, my mother used to say. Lucid memories, there's a tunnel at the end of the light.
And above all, respect her. May God bless you.
House of the noble lords, shout from the vocal cord. Ashurbanipal, Abraham came from Ur. Mathematician, magician, White Temple, number 4. Lizard on walls, wizard of gore. Blood splatter, paragraph, my arrow stab. I'm lifting my sword, lyrical war. Digital Moors, fighting criminal laws. A Viking in the mythical lore. I'm God, I eat forests and drink thunderstorms. Hold hands full of planets, sun and moon under my arms. Discovered in Psalms, covered in bronze. Nightmares of insane horrors. Deranged actions that follows. Confession booth, window with the father. What is it, my child? Forbidden reptile. Came down, planted X-style. In the vested clouds that swept around when I moved. Glorious wedding gown, but I wore a crown. Made of owls around my head like a towel. Sat in my throne like a pharaoh. One leg stretched, tapping my lip with my index. My middle finger rests on my chin. Next to my ring and my pinky is inky again. Ink from my pen spells priesty. The samurai saints, overlords as an MC. Beastly, ungodly demons of the dead. Isis, disciple of the devil. Dark dreams in my head. Tortured of the damned. The slaughter of the lamb. Recorded on cam. The cross is in the ram. Molech, Moldek, Joseph, Kolchak, Gobek, Klee, Tepi, Heavy, Mental, Libraries, Temples, Pistols, Preachers panicking, pandemic, prayers unanswered, child planning, parenthood perishing. That's when I come. Bison, my son, sacrifice them. 5 nuns, Sargon, star sun. God come to Garden of Eden. Strange and deadly occurrence. Paranormal activity. Awake while sleeping. Wassalakum safekeeping. Coming of the kingdom of the Canaanites.
May God bless you.
Buddha meditates till it's raining rice. Then he opens his eyes, then he trains to fight. Bible, we all know the acronym. Noah and his 3 sons were Africans. They say pre-subscribe, hit the link, but I'm somewhere high trying to put the nose back on the Sphinx. They say priest, why didn't you leave a comment? But I came from the universe, so I already left the comments.
What do you want, Sandrigo? Your life. Although it's not worth much since you sold it to Zeno. Defend yourself. No one will harm you if I lose.